Oh, shit. It's the church. That was a tremendous bong hit. Greetings from Podcastville. It's February 6th, 2020. Get your shit together. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Listen, it's 2020. You want the best fucking people around you at all times. Hiring is challenging, but there's one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. You ready? Grab a pen. ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is where growing businesses connect to qualified candidates. Do you understand me? ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. And its technology identifies people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job so you get the qualified candidates faster. With results like that, no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. The first day. See why ZipRecruiter is effective for businesses of all sizes. Try ZipRecruiter for free at the exclusive web app. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/church. That's ZipRecruiter.com/church. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. The church is also brought to you by Onnit. Oh, shit. When it comes to supplements, Onnit's the best. Why do I know? Because I'll tell you why. I smoke 84 joints a day. I'm 57. I can't remember what I ate for breakfast, but I'm still tip-top Magoo. You know what I'm saying? It keeps your mind sharp. Alpha Brain, the fucking battleship of Onnit. That's what I live on. And now, since fucking you got Chinese people walking around with masks, I got to double up on the fucking Shroom Tech Immune. You know what I'm saying? I go to Koreatown, I got to eat 8 of those and put on like a fucking hazmat suit now just to go get a spare rib. Can you believe this shit? So do me a favor. If you don't want the fucking carnivore, the coronavirus, whatever the fuck it is, go over, get yourself some Shroom Tech Immune right now, immediately. And then get Shroom Tech, what's the other one?
Sport.
Just in case you see a Japanese guy and he breathes on you, you can start running for miles until you can run to the next fucking state.
Every Asian.
I don't know who's got it, so everybody gets accused, okay? Until I get to the bottom of this, everybody gets accused. All right? That's it. Go to Onnit.com right now. By the way, Onnit's not responsible for my political and racial and motivational views. I'm talking to you on my own because I don't give a fuck. Anyway, go to Onnit.com right now and press in.
Church.
Boom! And get 10% off your first order delivered to the crib. Today we welcome to the church the beautiful and one of the best fucking Twitter pages in the business, Jessimae Peluso. What's happening?
How are you? Why am I one of the best? You retweet me a lot. I appreciate that.
I love your shit. I love your shit because I can see you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking, the positions in the mornings.
The butt in the evenings.
The butt in the evening. The bikini running through. And you do everything very classy. Like, it's not, everything is very funny and very silly. I'm sure that you don't get a lot of people saying, show me your tits.
No, I don't.
No.
I really don't. I must be doing it wrong.
They see where you're doing it from.
Right.
So it's not like, she's doing it from a fucking,
right.
You know, you're taking a picture with your tits out and they're going to say, take those sugar mamas out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get any dick pics.
No. You know, who wants?
Don't ask for those.
No, who the fuck would want?
I know. It's an interesting body part. I think I'm not even going to say what I'd rather have because I know if I say it on this, it's going to show up in my DMs. Just a bunch of taints.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't have an impressive one, like, but just by itself.
Your dick?
Yeah, it's just okay. So I've sent it a couple times, but like it's not something I would go to.
Do you have casual dick energy? Not like big dick energy.
No,
it's like more casual.
Very casual.
Are you happy with it?
I could always use more, but I'm not depressed about it.
That's good.
Listen, when I was 27, I'd send a picture to my dick to your mother. That's how good dick it
Can you send one to her now?
No. I'm 57. Nobody wants to see a picture of my dick unless you're 87.
Do dicks age?
Yeah, they age. They get old.
What's the first thing you noticed? Like the change where you're like, oh, I'm getting
color.
older. The color?
The color changes?
Yeah, it starts getting like this weird, like
opaque?
Yeah, like your balls get darker.
Whoa.
Your dick gets darker.
Are you tanning without pants on?
No.
Okay.
What am I going to
Just imagine you covering your shaft and having your nuts in the
get
sun.
20 fucking years because I want vitamin D in my dick. Like, remember 2 months ago,
Butthole.
the people who let their
Yes.
asshole. That's, those are fucking then they get raped, then they cry.
They get raped by bald eagles.
No, can you imagine walking and seeing some guy laying there with his legs wide open?
Oh, God, it sounds
And
terrible.
let's say you're gay and crazy, like, because gay people live that certain lifestyle sometimes. They don't give a fuck. If I'm sitting here with my ass wide open, it means guys
It's a
want
parking
something to
spot.
go in it. Yeah, get in there. So you never know. But it's just crazy out there, man.
It is crazy. Did you put your butthole in the sun? I wanted to, but I didn't.
My what?
I wanted to put my butthole in the sun and get the vitamin D right through the dirt star, but I didn't do it.
No, listen, just go outside and get vitamin D on your face. And do that. That's enough.
Yeah, it is enough.
That's it.
Yeah, why do we have to put our buttholes out?
When they did a study, it was funny. One time I went to the doctor and he said to me, off the cuff, he goes, by the way, you're physical, you look good, but you need more vitamin D. Go out and get sunlight. And I got in the car and I go, what the fuck is he talking about? And weeks later, months later, I don't fucking know. I saw an ad, an article that Californians are like the worst.
With vitamin D?
Yeah.
Well, we don't get enough?
No.
What?
Because we're not out, we're scared. Most Californians are actually scared of sun because of sun cancer and whatever it's called.
Yeah, you need like 15
thing.
minutes a day. Pure sunlight, no SPF.
I think
just a little bit.
I paid, with the taxes I fucking pay, if the sun is out, you can guarantee if I have there's a part of the day where you just have to return 18 calls.
Oh, fuck.
And what
or
I'll do
emails
is-
or whatever.
But the calls are the main ones when I just go outside, I sit on my steps.
That's nice.
And I get that 2:30 sun, and I'll just sit there for 30 minutes just calling.
Get that fresh D.
Just get that fresh D. There's a tree. There's a tree right there, which I'm getting some chlorophyll. I'm getting some.
Yeah,
fucking
you're getting some
tree
fresh
action.
air.
You live in California. You pay these taxes. I was talking to somebody who said they bought a house and they're moving down to the beach.
Shit.
And I go, what do you think? And he goes, it's a pricey situation. But he goes, I'm a block away from a fucking Starbucks. I could walk. And he goes, if I'm going to be away from my family, I'm going to raise my kids on the beach.
Yeah, I see that.
I want them to be on the beach. And sometimes we sit here and we're like, well, we live in Glendale, or you live in fucking...
I'm on the west side.
You're on the west side.
Near the ocean.
You're from fucking Syracuse.
Yeah, I'm from coldest.
You're from Boston.
Snow belt.
And I'm from fucking Jersey. And
Cold
Not
places.
one of us live on the beach. We all grew up on the image of California being
Yes.
one big beach.
Did you do lakes as a kid? We did lakes. That's the closest we got to the ocean was like a dirty ass lake.
I was like,
Did you guys ever vacation like that?
If I did 5 lakes in my life,
You'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised.
We have one of the dirtiest lakes in the country in Syracuse, Onondaga Lake. It's just filled with trash. It's just filled with chemicals. So we didn't really have that.
Boulder had a lake that I used to do swimming
Right.
competitions at and shit like that.
You did competitive swimming?
Like for a while, I did not even Boulder Res. I think that was what it was
Right, like a
called.
reservoir?
Before I got locked up, I got into master swimming program. Before and after.
Yeah.
And she talked me into even doing a biathlon where you ride a bike and you swim a mile.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those fucking type of things.
Sounds like a nightmare.
No, it was cool.
I wouldn't be able to get through
I'm
that.
just always nervous in the water now.
Yeah, why so?
I don't know why.
Are you
I
not a
don't know.
good swimmer?
No, tremendous swimmer.
Isn't it different in like a lake versus a pool?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
there's so many
no,
critters in the
you got
ocean.
A pool, you got a pool, you got a lake, and you have a fucking ocean, okay?
In rivers.
And then in pool, you go as a workout. You go to your friend's house. They got
You're hanging
nice,
out, you got a drink.
They got a nice heated pool.
You're
You
playing
jump in.
Oh, I like
beach,
every
little
time
ball.
every time I go in a heated pool, I fucking do like a little exercise routine.
Yeah.
You go all the way deep on your bends. You could throw punches for 10 minutes.
I want that video.
Oh, I just
Coco
went- I
Diaz's
just
water
went from-
aquatics.
I just went a couple weeks ago with my daughter to. I take them every year down to to New Year's. We go down to a hotel, and they got 18 pools.
Yeah.
And the one night I'm sitting there, fucking on the balcony, trying to smoke a number, freezing to death, and I see a guy in the pool, and I see steam coming out of it. When I checked in, I asked the fucking dude, "Are all the pools cold?" He goes, "Yeah, there's no heated pools." The next day I found out, and I've been to this hotel 4 fucking times, and I finally found out the pool right in front of you is heated as fuck.
That's nice.
Warm piss heat.
Nice.
Ooh, I love warm piss
and
heat.
there's a jacuzzi next to it that it's hot, and then you go back and forth.
Yeah, you do the little interval.
It's tremendous.
That's nice.
So I'm like, fuck it. I went down there all 4 days this time, and I would go in, because my shoulders are done, so I can't do overhead.
You can't do the overstrokes?
And I can't do, I'm too fat to do the other one.
Have you ever thought about doing stem cells?
So what I do is just push and pull. The stem cells is needles and blood.
Yeah, that's right.
So
And you're not feeling that
I'm gonna
life.
have Dean Delray on soon. Me and Dean flew one time, and he was telling me the procedure. And Dean's a good guy, and Dean was telling me that when they were taking the blood out to clean it, and then before they put it back on his neck, he said he passed out.
I'm not surprised.
While they were taking the blood out, she brought him back, brought him a smoothie, but the fucking blood kept going. I would die.
A hematology smoothie?
I would die. A fruit smoothie.
Yeah.
That's what, listen, if you're a normal fat fuck, like if you're a fat person like me, when they take more than a little tube of blood out of you, the first thing you open your eyes is you want a can of Coke.
Yeah, the blood sugar.
The blood sugar.
Yeah, you
that
drop.
Can of Coke fucking puts you right back tip-top Magoo. Everything, whatever was happening.
Tip-top Magoo.
Yeah, whatever was happening, happened. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a turkey sandwich with cheese, even better. That's why everybody used to give blood, because a lot of times you have to give blood with no food in your stomach.
Right.
That's torture for a
It
guy
is.
like me. No food, no fucking coffee, just mouthwash. You got to go down there. You got to suck on that mouthwash the whole way down there. Man, this mint is good. You pull in there, you got mouthwash. As soon as that needle comes out, all I'm thinking about is about food. I would bring fucking food with me.
I was going to ask you, brought a turkey sandwich?
Yeah, I would bring fucking... I would make my wife make sure you get a nice turkey Swiss on toast with a slice of tomato. Make 2 of them and a can of Coke. And I would fucking inhale the Coke.
Oh, my God.
And eat the when you have surgery and they take you to recovery, what do you think they give you?
That trashy hospital food.
They give you applesauce first to whatever, to blend into your system.
Yeah,
so
easy digestion.
And then after that, they show up with a turkey sandwich that you get a better sandwich in prison.
Yeah, you really do. You get a better sandwich that was in the trash.
It's a 7-Eleven sandwich.
Oh, no.
Which I'm not against if they're
It's
fresh.
almost worse. It's like a 7-Eleven sandwich that had been left out in the air for a couple days.
No, they're not that bad. I mean, at the hospital, they give you a little fucking ketchup, little mustard, so you're not fucking eating.
Yeah, so you're not like
the fucking Swiss cheese.
Yeah, so your lips are gone.
Like, mouth. Yeah.
Dry mouth from the fucking turkey sandwich.
What's going on with you, Jessimae Peluso? I know you're a big activist on stuff. I really love that you breast cancer, fucking vets. I don't know who else. Cats,
Alzheimer's. Yeah,
That's
my father passed away from it in 2018, and I just smoke weed and talk to my fans tonight. Actually, every Wednesday at 5:00 Pacific, I answer questions and just get stoned and bring a little awareness to the disease. Let people know the stigma and the wrong things about it, and try and bring some light to it and bring some joy.
Now,
a little
is there
joy.
a way to avoid Alzheimer's, or is it genetic? Does it run in your family?
From what I understand, the percentage of familial Alzheimer's, like the genetic side, is a very low percentage. That it's mainly, from the things that I've read and what I've learned, that it's an inflammatory disease of the brain, which is caused by a lot of extenuating circumstances: stress, oxidative stress, emotional stress, environmental stress, your diet. Diet's a huge factor. There's a really good book by Dr. Lisa Mosconi called Brain Food, which is all about the correlation between what you eat and the degradation of your brain and the synapses and all of the, amyloids that build up, the plaques that cause Alzheimer's, and sort of how food can help prevent those sort of things happening.
Do you eat a certain way because of it?
It changed the way I eat. It changed everything. Yeah. I took a look at what I was eating, and I was scared. I mean, from a personal standpoint, it was my dad. I didn't want to lose him, but also I share his blood, so it made me worried that I'm going to be predispositioned to this. So, you know, it made me definitely switch what I eat, but I still enjoy shit. Fuck, grilled cheese sandwiches are so good. Mac and cheese, anything with cheese is so fucking good. But that food is brutal on your body. It's brutal. I mean, it's like between a grape or a mac and cheese. Come on. You can go mac and cheese all day. But it definitely made me switch it up, consider things more.
What do you avoid?
I try to avoid dairy. I try to avoid processed meat, mainly meat in general. Processed, enriched flour, any sort of fake bread, anything that doesn't perish within a long time. I try and eat as healthy and clean as I can.
I just had a really interesting study yesterday that more than 4 slices of bacon a week will fucking kill you. You know what? I'm done.
How many slices of bacon are you eating?
I only eat 2 slices at a time because it's only 3 Weight Watcher points.
Right.
So
That's
I
good.
only eat 2 pieces.
You look younger and brighter than I've remembered for a long time. I told it to you last time I saw you. You look like you've gotten more fit. Are you doing
A lot.
Yeah. You look younger.
No.
You look more rested.
It's the weights. Yeah, and now I focus. I won't fucking. I will not stop preaching that Rogan podcast when he had the guy on about sleep.
Yo.
I had not stopped
it is
preaching
so vital.
I love
it's so vital.
I love the Steven, the fucking Steven Tyler podcast with Rogan. I could name you the top 10 Rogan fucking podcasts, but the one that changed my life completely
I have to
was the
listen
sleep
to it.
one.
Yep.
The weight-wise.
Sleep is huge for
Sleep is
Alzheimer's
huge.
too.
Sleep is huge, guys, and
That's when
I'll
your
tell
brain
you,
cleans itself out.
Lee thinks I goof on him. I swear to my fucking daughter, my wife, anything that's sacred to me, this podcast, I stopped taking naps at like 3.
Yeah.
When my father died, something happened that my mother told me. She goes, for some reason, your triggering was you can't sleep in the daytime. You were waiting for him. So for a long time, I didn't take a nap till I started dating a stripper in 1990 fucking 5.
I would imagine you'd need a nap dating a stripper.
Because she would get home at 2.
Right.
She'd get up at 8. We'd do our shit.
Yep.
We'd go back. I'd give her a stab.
You're on the stripper schedule.
And then we'd take the 2:30 to 5 nap. Then she'd get up. She'd eat healthy, turkey burgers with mushrooms and stuff. And then I'd drop her off at the strip club. But she was the first person that introduced me.
To naps?
To naps.
They're so vital.
I was out all day.
Ooh.
I was raised to, once you get up, you're done.
And look at that generation now.
And then now I'm mixing the cocaine.
Oh, and no sleep. You're putting your brain on so much stress.
Oh, my God. And then throw in a disease that I acquired in like 98.
What?
I didn't know that is the number 1 growing disease in men that will take you out. It will take you out, and people fucking don't have an idea. Sleep apnea will take you out.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep apnea will take you out so fucking quickly. The first time, guys, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you for your own good, the first time your girlfriend, your mother, your father, your grandfather, anybody says to you, listen, man, I heard you snoring last night. Just stop what you're doing. Stop it. Come to the realization that it's going to get worse. It might not be a year, it might not be 2 years, but in 3 years, you're going to start running into this fucking wall. And unless you've had sleep apnea, it's tough to describe it. I hate doctors.
What causes it? Do you know what causes it?
Fat.
So it's more prevalent in heavyweight.
Heavier guys, but Rogan's got it.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's interesting. That's right. I remember him saying that.
Yeah, he sleeps at the mouthpiece.
But he's got the stature of like a water buffalo.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But there's a lot of guys like when I went that's funny. When I first got diagnosed with it, the first time I went for the doctor for it, you know who was there? Gary Goldman. 2001. 2001 was the first time I even considered going to the doctor. And Goldman was there, and I remember falling asleep. And him going, this is fucked up, what do you have? And we started talking about it. And then I bumped into him at the Improv, and he goes, hey, I looked that shit up. That shit will kill you. At the time, it was killing 25 25,000 people a year, 25,000 men a year.
Yeah.
Something. No. I'm sorry. The website at that time was getting 25,000 hits a year. Like nobody really knew about it. Then
Right.
Reggie died, the tackle from Philadelphia. He died from sleep apnea because he wouldn't put the machine on.
It's that big machine.
Yeah.
And it's got the pipe and it goes to the base and it's
Yes.
plugged into the wall.
Now, when you don't sleep, it affects fucking
Every system.
Now I sit back and I think about it, and I try to talk to you younger guys. I don't want you to sound like, oh, well, he sounds like my dad. Let me tell you something, man. I think of all this. I never slept. Lee thinks like I goof on him. Like I was on a 2-hour a night schedule. 2 hours a night, 3.
That's
4,
so bad. It's
5.
so bad.
Now, when you're 20, you get away with it.
Oh yeah, because you have energy. You're in a
You
different
get away with it in your
position
20s.
in your life.
When you're 30,
You
and
you catch up to it.
so it affects your mindset. It affects your moods.
Your hormone
It
levels,
affects
your
hormone
cortisol,
levels, your cortisol
everything.
level. It
Your
affects
digestion,
your weight,
your
Like,
skin.
You start gaining weight.
Yep.
Like when Lee and I started doing the podcast, I think I was holding on to like 295. And we started doing the podcast, and I started going on the road. So Monday and Wednesday, I was waking up at 4:45. You know us. We don't go to bed till 12.
I
Who
know.
the fuck are you to wake up at 4:45? And then Thursday, I get up at 4 to take a flight. Friday, radio.
Which is so early.
And then Saturday, I slept. And then Sunday, you sleep 3 hours because I'm on the first
Yep,
flight
gotta
out.
get the hell out of the town.
I remember going to the doctor. I was 349. I gained 50 fucking pounds. I looked at my diet. Yeah, I see. But I go, oh.
Not the
And
sleeping.
then Rogan had that dude on.
Yes.
And I listened to it. I got the book. I read the book. I read like a couple areas twice. I agreed with him in
Yeah.
certain areas. Like I'm good on 7.
7, me too.
I'm solid on 7. I'm 7. I'm solid.
Yeah, if I'm under 6, I'm a demon. Like
Really?
Oh God, if I get less
No.
than 6 hours,
I'm
I
good
could
on
hurt
7.
an older woman.
I'm good on 7. I'm
punch
good
your
on
grandma.
7. Right? I focus on 7. Okay. You know what? There's some nights I go to bed at 11, and at 5 o'clock, my dick is hard and fuck. I gotta get up and get coffee,
Yeah.
or whatever. And sometimes I get so high, I run my errands. You know, I put up the podcast. I pick music. I send a couple of emails.
Yep.
I check this guy. I fucking send an email to this chick. And all of a sudden at 8:30, once Mercy leaves with my wife, when my wife gets back, we eat breakfast, and I'll tell my wife, there's nothing on the agenda.
Let's
Wake me
go.
up at 11. And I'll wake up at 11 and then get up and, you know, like now I know, I understand the importance of those
It's so
2 hours.
vital. Sleep. Everyone, you know, what's the whole saying about like sleep and success? Like, you know, someone has told me before, like, I think it was one of my agents, like, well, maybe, you know, you need to sleep less and get more work done. And I was like, that is the dumbest thing anyone has ever said to anyone. No one who's successful has gotten there because of less sleep. You know what I mean? Like, that whole idea is archaic now. Like, the only way to really become successful in health and life and all of that is to take care of yourself first. And sleep is, I've come to really appreciate it.
Every fucking morning I get up, and I'm grateful, and you know, I still go to the comedy store, and I'm still relevant. But I'm very grateful that I'm not in a hospital room. Like
Yeah.
a friend of mine just got diagnosed with stage 1, whatever, cancer. He caught it early.
That's good.
Some blood. He caught it early. Blah blah blah. You know, so I think of how fortunate. But you said it. He goes, "What have you been doing?" I do everything I could do. Like I drink water at night. I take those garlic pills for my heart to clean out the arteries. I go to acupuncture. I go to cryotherapy. Not the last 3 days because we've been living in cryo fucking therapy. But I go to Novathor. You know, I lift heavy, focused, breathing, a lot of weight.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of stuff.
I do. I go to box. I go to kickbox if I catch a kickboxing class because he alternates on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You do classes when you're on the road too. Don't you look up a little bit?
The fucking problem on the road is you have 2 things on the road. You have a thing called time zone.
Yeah, which can always
time
fuck
zone
you up.
fucks you up.
Especially when you're going from here to the East
So
Coast.
it really fucks you up. So I was finding if I was at a place for 3 days, like if I got to a place on Thursday, the Thursday night show, if somebody had an 11 o'clock kickboxing class that was is Uber friendly, I would take the fucking kickboxing class.
Yeah.
Then you become friends with the people. And you're like, I'm coming back Saturday. It just wouldn't work.
No.
Your body.
You're shot.
You're shot. You're shot.
Like this weekend, I'm flying to Boston, and they want you to do 5 a.m. press on Friday, and then shows, and then it's a lot. And then you're back on a plane, and then you're back in the time zone you were. It's so much for your body. Even as somebody who's like young and healthy, it takes a toll on you.
I think of Ralphie a lot. God bless his soul. And I think of, ever since he passed, how it influenced me a lot. Like,
yeah.
If I wanted to keep doing what I was doing at this pace, how I could do it. And I had to stick to it. Like, I had to sit my agent down and explain to him, I'm not 48, I'm not 46. I could sit there and tell you I feel 50. I feel the change in the last 2 years.
Like you feel more vivacious, like good, or are you feeling a harder
great.
change?
I feel great.
Right.
But I need my rest.
Right. You see what you need.
I need my pacing. Now I'm at a pace. You know what? Listen.
Yep.
I love going to fucking Comedy Store. Last night I had a great time. I giggled. I giggled in the back with the chick.
How late were you out?
I got it at 11:15.
That's not bad.
I got it there quick. You know me.
Yep.
I got it there quick. Bill Blumenreich was there. A big shout out. Bill Burr's father-in-law was there. Mr. Hill. A big shout out. I was talking to Joe. I was talking to Jessimae.
It's so easy to be stuck there.
Yeah.
It could be. It's like 2 a.m. You're like, what the
family.
fuck? Yeah.
No, I won't even do 2 a.m.
It happened once a couple weeks ago. I was like, what the fuck?
No, no.
God.
I get out of there. But I cannot tell you that I do not miss those days.
Yeah.
Of it being 1:45 and like, where the fuck are we going? And we'd all walk over to Paint Dot, or we'd get in the car and go to Cactus.
Yep.
Cactus number 8 on Vine, across the street from Freddie Roach's gym over there.
Yep.
Oh, we would go over there and kill that fucking place. When I first moved when I first started going to the store, we would go right down the corner to Santa Monica Boulevard, right by Fairfax. If you move in, there's a 7-Eleven on the corner. Mm-hmm. 2 doors down, there's a Mexican place that had the best chicken taco. Like chicken with rice and beans, smothered with red sauce.
Yeah.
With cheese, and they burn the cheese on
Ooh,
top.
nice crusty. Ooh, it tastes like Cheez-Its when it gets like that.
215 with a fucking Diet Coke. Stop it. You go home, you get 5. In those days, I used to sleep 5 hours.
I know, and that's
4 hours.
It's like nothing.
When I first moved to Hollywood.
And you'd be fine. You'd wake up.
Because breakdowns, you get breakdowns at 6. Mm-hmm. So whoever would be sending me the breakdowns those days, my goal was to get up and get the breakdowns to the agent. By the time he got in the office, I wanted the agent to go, Jesus fucking Christ. Joey Diaz is sending me another email. Or what. I would let him know who to call, what time.
Yep.
Like, call this guy. This is the role I'm looking to get, So no matter what time, I slept 5 hours. My sleep apnea got so bad for a while.
How do you know if you have it if you're asleep? Is there any telltale signs if you don't have anybody sleeping with you? Is it just when you die you're
not rested. You're never really rested.
That's brutal.
You do not feel rested. By 2:00, you feel like this because you don't go into that REM.
Yeah, and even deeper.
You don't go into that deep REM.
Yep.
So you feel kind of something isn't right. Doug, this is how bad it got for me. I would take, holy shit, I'm completely off kilter. I would take 4 Tylenol PM, 6 of them, and I would go to bed at 1, and at 1:45 I'd be awake, and I'd stay awake the rest of the night.
Oh my God.
Because I knew if I go to bed, I'd just wake up choking.
How many years did you do that? Like, how long was that? how you slept or didn't sleep.
It went from one level to it went from the snoring to me waking up and my girlfriend's in the living room type shit to roommates telling me, dog, what the fuck was that last night?
It does sound like an animal. It's an interesting
guy that
noise.
told me was my roommate in Hollywood. He came out one night and he goes, I had to put fucking earphones on last night.
Oh, man.
Put a towel around my head. He goes, what's going on with you?
So you're not even disrupting. It's two sleeps that you're disrupting.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't really know what it was. Then I moved in with a girl and she was like, hey, man, what the fuck?
There's a creature coming out of you.
Coming through the walls.
There's a sleep apnea demon coming out of your respiratory system.
And then it went right into this. The snoring was going on for a few years.
Yeah.
And I just wrote it off to snoring. But then I went through this 6 or 7 month process, Jessimae, that things were happening that were weird.
Like when you were awake?
No, when I was sleeping, I would go to bed, and then next thing you know, I'm up, and I would wake up like choking.
Right.
Choking, and then I would try the couch, and then I figured out the only way I could sleep was on a certain slant. I had to sleep on a certain angle, like put pillows a certain way. And then I figured out that I could sleep in the tub. All these movie stars, they buy the homes, $11 million homes. And after 10 minutes in the shower, they got to run out because there's no hot water. You ever notice that? You ever go to somebody nice's house and they got a beautiful house and you're in their shower by yourself? And after 10 minutes, the house gets cold and you're like, why have $1 million house?
If you can get some hot water. Hot water is like
I never figured this
luxury.
out. I lived in a building in Hollywood that they had a connection to the hot water factory, which meant that the hot water never ran out.
Right.
So it got to the point where I was taking a pillow, putting a garbage bag over it.
No.
I would go in the bathroom, lock the fucking door, put the bathroom on nice and hot, and I would lay there and just let the hot water lay on me, and I would wake up and I'd get 5 or 6 hours sleep.
Sleep in the tub and a tub of water.
No, with the shower hitting my
Okay,
stomach.
I thought you were like
constant.
It's like how Whitney Houston went to sleep.
That's how she died.
Yeah.
People always goofed around, oh, she died of coke. Yes, but in an awkward manner. She died of coke because she was so coked up. And we're here, we're all family here. One of my biggest things, when you do coke, after a certain level, you start getting paranoid.
Yeah, I've never done it ever.
So one of the biggest things were, after a while, when you're alone, and after you call Jessimae, and she ain't coming over, and you call every chick you know that's not coming over.
And you start to like spiral in your mind?
You start to spiral, and you start looking out windows, and you start looking under beds, and you'll go into a kitchen and see a shadow. And all of a sudden, at some point, the only safe place you feel with this addiction, it happened like the last 5 to 10 years of my addiction, my favorite place was the shower.
Wow.
It would, with a certain position, I would lock the door, close it, and I would have the curtain a certain way.
You felt calm in
and
there.
I could go in there and I could jerk off and hang out with hot water and jerk off and hang out. I don't know how many times I wanted to shower.
Hang out with hot water and jerking off sounds great.
I would stay in the shower until the hot water ran out. Like I would go to Vegas. If somebody, I don't care who, if fucking Abdullah Muhammad, if ISIS was doing a show and they wanted me to open for them in Vegas, I would go just for the shower. Because I know they're not going to run out of hot shower. I can always get cocaine. Yeah. And I could jerk off in there from fucking 8 to... Like, I would leave
There's no restrictions.
Oh, yeah. I would go in the shower for an hour, come out, dry up, leave the water running, do 2 more lines.
Oh, my Lord.
Take a sip of wine and go back in the fucking thing.
Holy shit.
Take a half a pill. Oh, yeah.
You're indestructible. You must be bionic. All the things you've been through.
But that's how... And then the sleep apnea got to a level where I would get in the car with you. What's up, dog? Nothing. You'd be driving, and at the first light, I'd fall on top of you. And you'd go, Joey.
You'd pass out? You'd fall asleep?
Yeah, because this was the position of choice.
Oh.
That's the only way you could fall asleep. Right there, that position right there.
So when you fly, do people, like, shake you awake?
We're getting there. Oh. Then one time, I was in Newark, and I got on a flight.
Oh, my Lord.
And I sat down. I was like number 2 on the plane. I scanned myself on there. I had like a neck brace or some shit. Handicapped Army vet, whatever the fuck. I went up there.
Handicap Army vet.
I got on the plane, dog, and I fucking sat down on this United flight. And I actually tipped my head back and I fell asleep. And I don't know how long I was asleep before I woke up to a circle of people around me.
Oh, fuck.
And the stewardess waking me up, going, sir. And all of a sudden, like, this guy came in and he goes, are you okay? We've never heard anything like this before in our lives.
All the planes we've flown, this sounds like a jet engine.
People are putting their luggage in their thing. Listen, we've had a physician to come and check you out, but you're going to miss this flight. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're going to miss this flight. We're sorry, but we can't let you get out and plane like that. And I was sober as a judge. You know, I don't drink or nothing. I didn't know what
the plane hadn't even taken off yet.
No, I didn't know what they were talking about. Supposedly, I was snoring so fucking loud on that plane that people couldn't even board. Like, it was the disruptive fucking...
The pilot couldn't even hear himself.
Poor fucking... They came with security.
Oh, my God.
So it was like security, a medic...
They kicked you off?
Yeah, they didn't kick me off. They were as nice as they could be. You know, I don't remember what airline it was. It wasn't nobody high priced.
Did they let you fly or they made you get off?
They made me get off. They had a doctor check my blood pressure and all this stuff. And they said, okay, you could get on the next flight. So I had to wait like 5 hours.
Oh, fuck.
They gave me a voucher or something. But that made me think. Like, that was like, wow, that's...
Something's going on.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And I continued to avoid it.
Is the only way to deal with it that machine? Are there other treatments?
There's surgeries that are involved.
Whoa.
There's a ton. And now with technology is so great with it now. And more people have acknowledged it. Like, guys have to just go get a sleep study. Insurance covers it. They trust me, your insurance covers it. And I know all the scams for you to pressure your insurance company.
Yeah.
You have to explain to them that you're getting sleep apnea. But see, you know, today's world we live in, it's fucking amazing how bad the medical. I have great insurance.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Echocardiogram 2 weeks ago. I just got the results yesterday. You know, and I had to make 18 calls.
Oh, my.
The doctor calls you. You can't call him back. The fucking paperwork. It's horrible.
The loopholes. The loopholes you have to go just to get somewhere.
And that's a deadly disease.
Yeah.
Like, you could fucking, like, I was at the point where I was about to fucking die. So what you have to do is get the sleep study. They call you the next day. You got it. This is the extremity. All right, give me the machine. Insurance will tell you, okay, it takes 30 days for approval. No, it doesn't, because I drive. I have to drive my kids, and I have to drive my wife to work every day. So if I fall asleep behind the wheel, and you have to tell them that, and that's when they'll make an appointment for you to go get your sleep machine quickly. If not, they'll store you with that for another 30 fucking days, and then you have to pick the model and wait another 30 days.
It's such bullshit.
No,
it's such bullshit.
So I go Joe Chadwick, the ex-manager from the Improv in Miami, and a bartender had stolen so much money from the Miami Improv that they decided to leave the Miami Improv and open up the Little Rock, Arkansas Funny Bone. Okay, it was the size, it was bigger than the Comedy Store. It was an old dance club.
Yeah.
So they bought it, and at that time I had the longest shirt. No, I did not have anything. They just liked me, and they said, could you headline the room? And I'm like, Little Rock, Arkansas, the Bible Belt. I just don't do too good down there.
Yeah.
But Ralphie had been down there the week before, 2 weeks before that, or a month. Or Ralphie opened the room, and Ralphie said it was a good room. And at the time, Ralphie wasn't even on Lance Comic Standing or anything. But what I do remember is that they put us up in cheap hotels.
Ugh, I can't stand that.
They put Ralphie up in a fucked up hotel, and he broke the bed the first night. So the guy that owned the bed, the hotel, was a Korean guy, something. And he was yelling at Ralphie.
He was pissed.
Till this day, if Ralphie comes back from the grave, he'll tell you that's all a lie. Listen, he broke the bed. Then they brought another bed up there, and he broke that one, too.
Oh, my God.
And they asked him to leave.
That big son of a bitch.
Then they had to put us in a better hotel. But that's what worked out. By the time I got there, we were at the better hotel. And, I don't know what night it was, like when the club calls you and says, we'll pick you up at 7:15, be in the hotel lobby.
Yep.
And I went to the hotel lobby and I looked outside. I didn't see anybody. So I sat on the fucking couch and I was just minding my business. And next thing you know, Jessimae, I'm getting woken up again. It's a white dude, like just the most handsome 50-year-old dude you've ever seen in your life. Just stone cold gorgeous.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, sir. He goes, I don't mean to wake you up. Do you have 3 minutes of your time? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was wanted by the cops. I didn't know what he was. And he went in his pocket and he gave me a card. And he goes, I'm Dr. Such and Such. You don't know me. He goes, you don't know me. I don't know who you are. But I will tell you, I've been sitting there for the last 5 minutes listening to you. And he goes, now that I'm up front and I'm looking at you, you have about 2 weeks left.
What?
Just like that. This guy told me.
Fuck. That's also a really good business.
No,
approach.
This guy wasn't fucking around.
I'm sure he was great, but
he was in
regardless.
Little Rock. No. I couldn't go to him. He was in Little Rock, Arkansas. I live in L.A.
How could he tell?
He just sat down and said, I just listened to you for the last 5 minutes. You almost just died 4 times because you choked.
Right, and then you pass the fuck out.
So every time that you stop, your heart works.
Yep.
So, like, you go, so you get they call interruptions. Mm-hmm. So he goes, I didn't even count. Like, he's talking this lingo to me. And at first I was a little offended, but by that time I was old enough that I could take criticism.
Yeah.
Like, if I was 22, I would have told him to get the fuck out of here and mind his business. But by that time, somebody had already told me I sucked in comedy and I could have been good if you do that. So I accepted people talking to me in that tone. He wasn't even talking down to me. He was talking to me in a way that was very serious. And he goes, do you know what sleep apnea is? And I go, no. And he goes, you have it. And he goes, at that time, he spit a number out at me.
Like what kind of a number?
Like how many people are dying.
Right, the
And
statistics.
they don't even know they're dying.
Right,
from it.
and they're just dying in their sleep.
Because this leads to obesity, it leads to diabetes. So this is killing people like a snake, like an octopus. Mm-hmm. It's got 8 ways to kill you. He goes, and right now you're dying from 3 of them. Like,
shit.
And I was like,
that's intense. To be dying from something that goes on in your sleep.
So he goes, I want you to do me a favor. You don't know me. He goes, this is my card. And he put his hand down. He goes, my name is whatever. He goes, it's out of my hands, but by your skin color. You asked Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf told me. He goes, oh, yeah. There was a time there, every time I'd see, I go, that's the last time I'm going to see him. He goes, you could tell by, but this is addiction.
Yeah.
This was not sleeping.
It's an accumulation of a lot of shit.
At this time, I was probably 360.
Fuck.
Joey.
Joey.
365.
Not sleeping, eating shit, doing drugs.
Doing drugs.
On the road.
The road.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're bionic.
At that time, I didn't know how to do the road. I had gone.
Yeah, you don't learn the tricks yet.
I had gone on the road with Rogan, but I had not figured out why Rogan did what he did.
Yep.
Rogan did what he did for a reason. And I wasn't doing it like Rogan.
Right.
I was doing it completely opposite than Rogan. And I was losing.
Yeah.
I was losing. I was just a fucking... So that's what made me start tightening up my road game. I came back. I told my wife what happened. And, once you tell your girlfriend...
Oh, we're like, okay, well, shit's changing.
She got on the phone.
Yep. We changed shit.
She took the day off from work and took me down there. And, I still remember getting the machine. The guy coming in and waking me up. Like I fell asleep and, anytime I would get in this position, 2 minutes, I'd be talking to you. Yeah, sure.
I wish I could sleep like that. Maybe I need to put on some weight.
It was really horrible. And I advise people, like, you don't know all these diseases.
No, you don't, especially when it's almost like a silent killer.
I know your dad just passed, and I'm very sorry about his death. And because I have a best friend that he said he lived with his dad till he was 92.
Yeah, my dad was 80. About 82?
He goes, the last 4 years were murder.
Oh, it can be brutal.
He said he goes, when he died, he goes, not that we didn't love him.
Felt they
He broke his nose. He punched a nurse. He choked the wife out. They were married for 50 years. He woke up one night and started choking my friend's mom. Who the fuck are you in this bed?
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
My dad was throwing his shit at his roommate.
Yeah, like
I was like, what? It changes everything.
They don't start to recognize you. I heard, like he knew Jimmy. Like I asked Jimmy about 6 months ago when I was home. I go, what, you miss your dad? They were talking. And he goes, but at the end, there's nothing to miss.
That's the most brutal part.
He goes, every fucking day.
Yeah, you mourn them while they're alive because a piece of them dies.
It was every fucking day. It was a different
story. It's so brutal. It's an excruciating disease to deal with if you're the caregiver. Like if Jimmy was taking care of his dad, it's so hard. It's so expensive to take care of your family if they're at home and they're sick and they're going crazy every single day. Something new happens where you're like, well, I don't know what this is. And it's so hard to not take it personally when your loved one, a parent or your mother or father is not sure who you are and they're talking shit to you because they don't know who you are. How do you not take that personally? It's your fucking parent. It's a brutal disease, but it's also funny. There's a lot of funny shit that happens that, you can't plan for. Like I've been working on it, putting it into my set a little, but the day my boyfriend met my dad answered the door with just a t-shirt on and his dick hanging just below the t-shirt. And my dad didn't think anything was wrong with it. He was like, hey, come on in. And I just kind of look at Derek and he's like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. Take your dick out too. I don't know if this is like a Sicilian standoff and he just wants to see if you're going to take care of me. I have no idea. So my dad was just there. I had to like scoop him into the bathroom and get him taken care of. It's this type of disease where you really have to have a humility about yourself in the situation in order to handle it.
What do they say with marijuana with dementia?
Well,
can we avoid it by smoking it? Can we?
I mean, you know how I feel. I'm in the same family with you when it comes to any sort of drug like that, any sort of like, psychedelic or THC, CBD. I saw a physical change in my father. Charlotte's Web, the Charlotte's Web company,
yes,
Stanley Brothers. They reached out to me because they saw stories that I was posting about him and they sent me a care package, a really, really nice care package. And one of the things they sent me was this olive oil extra strength CBD tincture. And sorry, it was just an oil, not a tincture. It was droplets. You put them under your tongue. It's like a sublingual thing. So my father was in the hospital. My sister and I were there, and he's just, when people get older, they're just rigid and they just look uncomfortable. And his face was like, he had this like expression of discomfort. And so I looked at my sister and I was like, what the fuck do we have to lose? He's not gonna go wild on CBD. Let's just see what it does. So I put 4 or 5 drops under his tongue. Literally 15 minutes later, my sister and I were just standing, seeing if we could see any visible effects. We could see him decompress. We literally saw him relax his shoulders. His face went from a grimace to just relaxed. He took a breath and he started breathing normally. And he just, it looked like he had rested for the first time in weeks. And that's when I was like, well, there's something to this. That's scientific proof enough for me. And that's all we want from people in our lives. The people we love, we want them to have comfort. We don't want them going out choking motherfuckers and throwing shit. It's brutal. It's like a prison scene in some crazy jail cell.
I don't want to put my family through that.
No one does. No one does. We were lucky though. He was sick for a year from diagnosis to death, so we got off pretty easy. A lot of people sit with that disease for 5, 6, 10 years.
Jimmy, he was out with him.
Yeah, the average is 8 years that people are sick with the disease. Fuck that.
He said he saw the degeneration. That's the sad thing. Watching it.
It's inevitable. It's a fucking train.
So Jimmy has 2 other brothers. So one, they both had families. They lived away. He goes, it got to the point where every time they came in, he's like, I'm calling the police. There's a burglar in the house.
There's a burglar in the house.
He said, your fucking sons. Well, they're not fucking burglars. Shit like that.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's wild.
It was wild. Like, I can't even imagine. And I've done more acid growing up. I know somewhere along the line I have to pay for this.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, you lived a life. There's people out there doing much worse.
You pay for. Look at Ozzy Osbourne now.
Yeah. Is Parkinson's? That's brutal.
Mitzi Shore had it.
Those diseases are so brutal.
Richard Pryor had it.
Yeah. Robin Williams thought he had it, but I think it was Lewy body dementia.
We did that 80s cocaine. That 80s cocaine. And I'm just trying to be real with myself.
I think any train you ride
so
heavy.
I'm prepared because I did that 80s cocaine.
Yeah.
God knows what that does to your central nervous system. And then we have to count in trauma.
Right.
We have to count in
TBI,
my father dying,
CTEs.
my mom dying.
Oh, that type of trauma,
not getting that role on fucking CBS pilot. What you don't think is traumatized, heartbreak of lives. All this is all tied into that. So there's times you sit there, and it's like remember when what's that eye disease you get?
Glaucoma?
They make you smoke pot.
Glaucoma, yeah.
You and I are preventing glaucoma.
Yeah, we are.
Like we're like way ahead of the game. Like, so I just want to know that because of the marijuana use,
it's not going to make it worse.
Listen,
if that's what you're worried about. I mean, I'm a doctor on Mondays on my Instagram, but I'm not a real doctor. But I there's no science to say it makes anything worse with that. If anything, it helps.
I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times. That there's a horror that lives in my head of me one day putting peanut butter in my ass and walking into a business, taking it out and throwing it on the wall because I did
I want a sandwich now for some reason.
A brain develops to I forget what age, 25.
Yeah, it's about 25.
I did so much LSD. From 15 to 17, and then we went from 17 to 2007. It was the straight central nervous system.
Yeah, just
of the cocaine,
constantly shocking your system.
And I always tell people that at the end, towards the end, like the last 6 months of my coke addiction, I was getting fucking a jolt in my spine.
Like a neurological reaction.
Something that was not good.
Right.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Like, it was not good. And when I felt it, I would finish the coke I had, and that would be it for the night. I wouldn't try to get any more or nothing. I felt it maybe 4 or 5 times, and that was it. I got off the fucking blow.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm expecting some payback.
Is it a fear of yours? Are you afraid of some sort of impact, like some sort of karmic situation?
Not karmic. It's more of
because you said you feel like you have it coming to you.
Listen, you get a fucking 1970 Cadillac, one of the toughest cars ever made. Whatever, Mustang, all those American-built cars.
Especially when they were built back then.
They just take so much. Mm-hmm. It depends how you treat them along the way.
Absolutely, there's something to that for sure.
You have to think about how you treat them along the way. Let me figure it out on paper here. Let's be honest.
The mileage.
Let's be honest on the family matter here.
Yeah.
You figure from the age of 17 to 30, 35. I didn't see a doctor.
Well, I think during those ages, hopefully you're not seeing a doctor.
I mean,
just for a checkup.
And I mean, I had fucking chlamydia. That's a Tuesday. But it just went away.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go to the doctor to get rid of it.
Lee's got chlamydia right now.
I still remember eating a chick's monkey and seeing the chlamydia drip from a monkey.
Oh, God. Well, there goes my post-podcast smoothie. Chlamydia drip. They're at Coachella this year.
I know that I've had all those things, and throughout the there was a couple of years when you're a broke comic, and you have to decide whether you're gonna pay rent or go to the dentist.
Yeah.
And you know what? I took a bottle of Jack Daniels. I got a fucking half a gram of blow, and I ripped out all these teeth. All this shit is false back here. All this is fake. All this back here, these are all wrenched out. And look at this.
Wow.
These are all done with a wrench. And then with a wrench and a bottle of Jack.
No.
Oh, please.
No.
Please.
Joey.
You have no fucking idea.
A wrench?
When you're living with pain inside of you, look at my face. From picking my face, I would get imaginary bugs in my face, and I would squeeze my face until I remember sitting with Rogan, and I would have scabs all over the fucking place. It was like a different form of self-mutilation from the addiction.
Right.
Now I see it. I see it. I would get a fucking head, then a little pimple, and I would squeeze it till the fucking root came out.
Oh, my
gosh.
gosh.
Like everything came out of it. Skin. Man, there's a hair in there. And there's nothing in there. It's a fucking cocaine making you creeping in your fucking
I didn't know
skin.
cocaine made you paranoid like that. That's why I've never touched it, because I know if I did, I would explode.
I've said this
I would
1,000
explode.
times. So out of all the surgeries I did, there was one molar that wouldn't go.
Wait, are you calling what you did to yourself a surgery?
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah, out of all
He's
the
a doctor.
surgeries I did,
Yeah. Dr. Diaz, hello.
I pulled this one out. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 molars I pulled out. Out of one of them that I pulled out was in the middle here for years. It was there from 90,
I love your tooth.
4.5 to about 2000. You gotta hear this shit.
That sounds like a New Kids on the Block run.
You gotta hear this shit.
God.
It had broken in half, but it had become an abscess.
Oh,
People
fuck.
tell you, go to the dentist. You'll die from an abscess. Yeah, well, I'm living proof, all right? I had an abscess for 6 years. And
So if you have an abscess, please go to the dentist.
Yeah,
Don't-
go immediately, because they're
Listen to
so
me.
painful and dangerous.
it would fill up with pus.
Oh, shit,
And I
Joey.
would go like this, and it would shoot out.
Joe!
So I would go to the comedy store. I would go to the comedy store.
No!
And if I didn't like you, I would position myself right by you. And I'd squeeze it, and the thing would shoot out and hit you in the jacket, and you wouldn't even know.
By the end, how good you were
It would be, I would let it fill up on purpose every 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Until I
can't handle it. Between the booger jacket and this, I can't handle it. You don't like blood, I can't handle pus and boogers and your wrenched molars.
But he won't eat hummus.
He won't eat hummus. This guy won't eat fucking hummus. But he's out here wrenching out his molars and squeezing his abscess juice on people.
You know, to ask Joe Rogan when I used to go Rogan watch, and I would go like this and just and squeeze people in the fucking pus.
Rogan loves you. He has such a deep love for you.
Because he knows how hard on my mind I was. I had this little stem that just stuck out of my mouth.
What stem?
It was just
Half of
the
his
stem
tooth.
of the tooth. Like, this is just the design. The tooth is completely different. This molar is completely... Once you take the shell off, it's like a fucking bone.
Oh, my God.
So I had a bone, and I swear to God, I would feel it. It was like I was chewing tobacco. Once I felt this swell up, I'm like, all right, it's time to have fun.
God!
And if somebody bothered me at the store, I would go up behind them and just pop
It's
it.
like
It
some
would shoot out.
crackhead superhero.
And sometimes the white head would come out on this side.
No.
Oh, that's when I had a double. And I would go like this, and the white head would go this way, and the fucking juice from the tooth would go that way.
Juice from the tooth. Who says that?
And the best part about it is it made him so happy. Like,
You have no idea.
Are you kidding
You have no
It's
idea.
not like it grossed him
This
out.
guy's like, I almost died from sleep apnea. Cut you poisoning people with your abscess juice.
That's why yesterday my wife is like, I go, did you give the baby the medication? She's like, she has to eat something first. I'm like, give her a fucking milkshake and put it in there. She goes, well, no, it doesn't count. I go, what do you mean coating your stomach means? Milk in your fucking stomach. I grew up in a different reference. That's why I don't believe most things.
Yeah.
Because I lived with a fucking abscess for 6 years.
You know those like shows on TLC, like My 600 Pound Life and Sex Sent Me to the ER? I lived with my abscess tooth for years needs to be a series of just people.
Have you seen Dr. Pimple Popper? I think you might like it.
Disgusting.
You don't like it?
A little Chinese woman.
Yeah.
It's so oddly satisfying, even though it
I like the
grosses me
blackheads,
out.
yeah.
Oh! And like it looks like hooves come out of people's necks.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I don't listen. I love having a good pimple and popping it yourself like a nice whitehead, like a nice one, like a pop.
Jesus.
I remember one time when I was
I'm gonna
like,
fucking vomit. Lee's already about to
I
vomit.
remember one time I was about 18.
I'm not gonna like this story.
I had a lump in my head over here.
A lump in your head? This is one big
Right here in the front.
insurance commercial.
I had this little lump in my head. Like,
One of his surgeries.
So I went to my friend. I go, "What's this fucking lump?" She was like a sister to me. I went to her house to, we all hung out together. I go, "What's this lump?" And she goes, "I don't know." And she put drawing salve on it with a Band-Aid. And I went out that night. Everybody made fun of me. What's up with the Band-Aid? And the next day, I remember waking up. I must have been 18, and I took the Band-Aid off, and the lump had gotten bigger.
Oh, fuck.
And I'll never forget just going like this.
No.
And just touching it.
No.
And it was like a hole opened up. And it was like
A fly flew out?
a stream of pus. And it dripped down the mirror. I'll never forget that. I was in love with pimple popping after that. I couldn't wait to get a pimple. But I never got another one like that. That was
Well, it sounds like you had one in your mouth for a few years.
the one in my mouth.
Was that one satisfying?
And then you ever get the best of the ones you get under your tongue after you eat ass and pussy?
Oh, I don't know if I've ever gotten one of those.
After you eat so much ass.
That sounds like
pussy.
herpes.
Yeah.
I think that's a herpes.
Really?
You get them under your tongue?
Like a little whitehead, you pop it.
I don't know if that's, yeah. I think you should start a clinic for people. Joey Diaz. What the fuck is that? Health clinic.
But I think my immune system has overcome all these different diseases.
You're going to be fine.
After a while, you have so many things, and all of a sudden your immune system just gives up.
I think you're going to outlive us all. I really do.
Knock on wood. I hope your words.
I think you're going to outlive us all.
I just don't want to look like a half a retard old man with 3 hairs, and somebody's got to push me. Take me to the comedy store. Fuck you.
I will happily push you
After 65,
anywhere.
don't take me to the comedy store. Nobody. I never want to be one of those dudes that shows up dressed up in a suit like I was somebody 20 years ago.
Yeah. The suit,
Like, what's
the same
going on in
suit
here?
from 20
Yeah.
years ago.
I do not want to be one of those guys at all.
God.
Going there when I'm old, like in the Hall of Fame, looking like fucking death warmed over. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
You're squeezing your abscesses to everybody in the audience.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, when you're 75 and you have like a lot of issues, you'll have so much fun.
You're going to have so much fun.
You have no idea. Like, I got fucking, my arm got cut, didn't go to the hospital. The scar is gone. This one here, you could still see the V. Do you see that V?
Yeah.
That V.
What is that from? Looks like a satanic symbol.
I had a glove on, and I was robbing a bookie, and the cop came,
Remember the karma thing?
and I had to jump the fence, and I ran
I was
from a
robbing a
dog,
bookie.
and there was a 6-foot fence, and I'm watching. It was behind a pathmark in West New York, New Jersey, and I'm running. I got the dog on my tail. I don't even look back, because if you look back, you lose time. And I jumped up, grabbed the fence, and I grabbed the barbed wire with this hand. Guys, at 19, I was a fucking savage. I made it over the fence, but when I went to get on the other side, my hand got caught in the fence. Now, I talk about bleeding and everything all the time. The cops were about 80 yards from me, and I never forget looking at them and my arm being caught in the barbed wire and me trying to go, like yell. And I don't know how I did it. Through the God's grace, I pulled myself up. I loosened it, and as I was loosening it, I could feel the blood hitting my face. And I'm like, oh my God. I loosened it. I dropped. The dog was barking at the fence, and I just headed fucking back home. And I could feel the moisture in the glove. God. And I went home, and I fucking changed my clothes. I wiped my face. I didn't pass out by the grace of God. Like, it took me a couple minutes, and I went to the bar. I told everybody I owed money to them. I was waiting for me because I was going to rob a book. I told everybody, stay here.
Yeah.
I'll be in 2 hours with your envelope. We got an 8-ball. We'll get the party started. I had to go up there and break the news to everybody. And I sat there at the bar all night with this glove, with another glove on it, bleeding, just drinking. And people are like, what's with the glove? I'm like, don't worry about it. Mind your business. And I'm just drinking all night. And the next morning I woke up, and it was like a fucking mess.
It was like a mitt.
So I had to go to my friend Bonehead's house.
Oh, good. He sounds like a
And him
good
and his
medical
mother,
professional.
He was a heroin addict. Him and his
good.
mother took the glove off, and then this glove was tangled with the skin.
Ew.
So, like, Coco, we don't know what to do. So they cut around the glove, and they took me to the hospital with the skin. So since it was after 12 hours, they couldn't stitch it. So they loosened the glove. They took it out of the skin and put the flap over and made me put, gauze on it. And they said you were going to move. You were going to lose the movement in this finger and possibly this finger because you cut a tendon. I mean, it was bad, guys.
Is it good now? Because see, you're indestructible.
I'll stick my finger up your ass. I'll fuck shit up.
That sounds like a great Easter Sunday.
Oh, forget it.
I would love let's sit
I'll
on a
stick my
finger.
finger so deep up your ass. We
Turn me
smell-
into a marionette
Oh, I
puppet.
want to smell the kidney. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be a
You got
muppet.
to smell the kidney. Bam. There you
Butt
go.
muppet. Turn me into Elmo. Are you okay? Are you lively?
No, this is it's amazing. The fact that you're still alive.
Right?
No wonder you're happy all the time. You're like, fuck it.
No wonder he wakes up and's like, it's another day, cocksuckers.
You got to.
You're going to be fine. I will say that, like, any sort of neurological thing is not, like, Alzheimer's is not a normal part of getting older, but I don't think you need to worry about it. I think you're going to be good.
Things.
We all
You
forget
remember things from
Yeah,
1973.
you have
Yes.
a great memory.
Yes,
you have a
but-
great memory.
I'm forget, like, if I don't log into Weight Watchers right after I eat, I got to sit there for an hour at night and figure out what I ate.
That sounds
for
like
lunch.
selective forgetfulness.
No. It's bad. It's been bad lately.
But we're inundated with
So I
stimuli
forget. I forget about 2014.
the whole year.
Can't tell you anything about 2016. All I can tell you
Well-
is from 2000 backwards. I could tell you very more vividly.
Maybe it's better for your own good that you don't remember every single thing. We're not meant to remember everything.
To be fair, from 2014 to 2018, we were taking about 2,000 milligrams at least twice a week, and you were taking it more often.
How many are in you right now, Lee?
None.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
He's just half retarded. No, at this time, he took enough beating for those 4 years.
Oh yeah, those.
Are you just constantly high?
I don't remember those 4 years.
No, he's-
People will come on and be like, "Hey, I'll say hi, nice to meet you." They'll be like, "I've been on the podcast like 3 times."
Yeah, so maybe you just were in a...
Did you say meme that was going around the other day of that guy puking on himself?
No,
At a baseball
He's
game?
talking about the meme.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Oh,
It was you that night.
Oh, no.
I could see you doing that,
Yeah,
Lee.
I
Just
did.
an
Oh my
endless
God.
That was the acid.
bucket of
That
vomit.
was acid, mushrooms,
Oof.
with sugar and the pills. We gave
So you gotta
everything
pick
that
one.
night.
It's like all of that. You can't do the Diaz cornucopia of
No, I jumped right
narcotics.
into it.
You have to do the Diaz cornucopia because it's the only way it's going to work.
That's for you.
No,
if I did the
bullshit.
Diaz cornucopia, I would shoot to another galaxy. I'd be in Andromeda right now. I'd be up there with Neil deGrasse Tyson floating on some fucking Milky Way in another universe.
People think I'm high all the time.
You're sober right now,
Yeah,
Lee? That's
100%.
bullshit.
No, 100%.
Your eyes haven't been open.
Yeah, no, I know. I did. It's just in my fat. I guess I have no idea. It's just there.
Do you have sleep apnea?
Probably.
Lee, you need to take care of yourself.
I know.
That cute face. You better take care of that.
Trying. No, but I was thinking about it when you were guys. I do need to go to get a sleep test.
I'm going to tell you something, guys.
Get a sleep test.
I'm going to tell you something right out, guys. It's fucking easy.
The sleep test?
The sleep apnea test.
Are you staying in a facility? It's in a facility?
You go to a facility.
It's only one night, right?
Yeah, one night.
Cozy
they
bed?
wire you up. Yeah, it's a cozy bed.
They feed you?
You want me to tell you one time?
Yeah.
'Cause right now, I'm supposed to go every year. The problem with me is when I went for sleep apnea, I was at 390.
Yeah. Was that your
So-
highest weight?
No, 418. But between the working out and the weight lost, I lost all that weight that was here.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I felt this bone, I made an appointment for the doctor. I'm like, I got a tumor. He goes, there's no tumor, that's a bone. I haven't felt this thing in 20 fucking
Your
years.
sternum?
Yeah, I haven't felt this thing in 20 years. I thought it was a tumor.
That's
I was
hilarious.
dying. So, because I lost that weight here and now I lift and I'm still burning that weight, like I'm falling asleep on couches now. Mm-hmm. I'm falling asleep on a plane a little bit, not waking up like...
Right, grasping for air.
When you have... The sleep apnea world has come a long fucking way. About a year ago, I busted out my old sleep apnea machine. Oh my God.
What?
I almost died.
It didn't work?
No. It was just to let you know where I was then and where I am now, because there's different gauges. Number 20 being the highest, and I still needed help at 20. And 20 is me shooting like, you ever open up a fire hydrant?
No.
Like if
I've been near one, but I've never opened one myself.
You ever open up a fire hydrant?
Like in Brooklyn in the summer.
Brooklyn, there's some of them that shoot it out like that. The 20 is that. 20 is basically what's keeping you alive. Like it's just like if you don't secure the mask before you do it, you can't do it. Tarzan, because it's like wind. It's like when I shot Spider-Man 2, there's a scene of Tobey Maguire on a train like this. They had a fan the size of this building in front of them that they told you couldn't get 200 feet from. It was like hurricane winds. That's what that 20 was like. And I still had that old machine in the closet. And one night I go, let me just see where I was then. And it was horrifying. Like I couldn't breathe. Like the air was coming in at such a pace.
It was too strong for you.
That's how fat and big I was. Now I'm at 6 to 12. So now technology has really come a long way. So they're called flex machines. And a flex machine is a machine that rates you what you're feeling. So if you need a 6, you're at 6. If for some reason that night you ate meat, you drank alcohol and you're dehydrated and you need 12, the machine will automatically adjust. So you get 12 pounds of whatever for pressure. I don't want to start talking about stuff I don't know about.
Is it a pipe that, like, when you put it over your, is it just a mask or is there...
It's a mask
do you
that
get
covers,
fucked in the mouth?
For me, I like the mask-mouth combination.
Right.
Because I go in through my mouth and I push out through my nose and there's an escape valve.
Right, like an air...
And that's why I'm dying to fuck my wife with the sleep apnea mask, because she'll get hit with the escape valve air.
Oh, yeah, it'd be perfect.
So while I'm fucking her, she's getting that one eye fucked.
Yeah.
Too. The one eye is
DP.
hitting her with the
DP
fucking...
with the apnea
with
machine.
the stream of bad breath and God knows what else. But all jokes aside. So for some people, they just could go with the nose machine.
But you do the full thing.
Jim Norton refuses to use it, so he's going to live with sleep apnea the rest of his life.
He likes
Norton,
torture,
look at Jim Norton.
Yeah, he likes torture.
He's gotten skinnier by the years, and he still has it, and the mask bothers him. There's people that the mask bothers you. Now, what that happens is, like when I go to the doctor and they do the heart stuff, I always take my doctor on the side. I go, how's it looking? And he'll go, there's scarring from the sleep apnea. I go, what about the cocaine? He goes, nothing.
Scarring from the apnea?
So 27 years of cocaine didn't really do nothing, but the sleep apnea did more damage than the cocaine.
What? How does it scar you?
I don't want to talk out of line. If anybody else knows and they want to share this on the church website, like anybody knows the specifics, there's a part of your heart that this taxes.
Wow.
Like it was getting to the point, and I just admitted it to my wife, when I first got the machine, my body didn't know how to adjust to it. Mm-hmm. And I was waking up with my left side, from my neck all the way to my waist, sore. Like the heart was adjusting to it. Ooh. Like the heart was, all this oxygen, like it took... The first night I got the machine, I slept well. But then things started looking better for me. 30 days, it went, my skin color started
like everything was
back.
Adjusting.
60 days, 90 days.
Did you have more energy during the day?
Yes, I started having more energy during the days. I wasn't as inflamed, because not sleeping inflames you.
Yep.
I already was starting to get The 418 was 18 pounds once you start seeing the lump on the back.
That fat lump?
That's
the fat back?
Yeah. They just put the noose over your head and you're just a couple days from hanging yourself.
That's some hard truth.
Because if you're sleeping, when you choke, that means that your body goes into danger, so it releases the cortisol, and the cortisol stalls behind,
stores?
Conglomerates.
That's like a cortisol sac?
Yes. So that's why when you see people with that stuff, they definitely have sleep apnea and their days are numbered.
People, we got to take care of ourselves.
That means your body's releasing cortisol.
That it can't process.
It's in shock, I think. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what I've learned over the years from reading. And from time to time, I go back to the webpage to see what new technologies they found or whatever. You know, they have fucking small machines now to travel with.
Yeah, it's streamlined.
I love my machine. I love it.
Do you have a travel one?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a travel one, and a guy from my man, I'm going to give him a shout out over there in fucking Cleveland. And hilarity is my man, Nick. And the manager got me a free machine.
They did?
Yeah, one
They're
day
so kind.
My wire broke, and we went on the radio, and we said we needed the wire, and some guy goes, I got an extra sleep apnea machine. I don't like it. It's brand new, and he gave it to me. So now I got one for the road and one for the...
That's great.
I think it really, like I said, ever since I watched that Rogan podcast, I really...
Do you remember the guy's name?
Yeah, what was the guy's name? The guest? He's a doctor?
Know. Next time you see Rogan, ask him.
I will.
It's a book about sleep. And I read
Why We Sleep?
Why We Sleep. I think, yes.
I have that book. It's I forget the doctor's name.
I think I gave it to somebody. And he read it and was blown away.
Yeah.
Because he was sleeping in chunks. And he said something wasn't going right in his life.
You need at least 3 of those cycles to get
He was sleeping
sleep.
like 9 to 12, and then he would wake up and go to bed from 3 to 6.
Oh, fuck
and
that.
Sleep from 8 to 10.
Sounds like a chimpanzee schedule.
And that means, that's also begins as sleep apnea. You're waking up, you don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have the choking yet, but I have that.
You're choking. Yeah, that means you're choking.
You're 2 days away from choking, Lee.
Yeah, that means you're choking. Your body is waking up for a reason. And now it's starting to get scared. Because after a while, I hurt my hamstring. And it was so weird that even after it didn't hurt, I was walking a certain way. I'm still walking a certain way because my mind is protecting that leg.
Ooh, it's favoring
psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that maybe he's hurt. That's not hurting anymore. I'm throwing kicks. I'm squatting.
Is your brain anticipating? Because it's not.
My brain's anticipating. When you have the sleep apnea, after a while, what's fucked up about it is that why are you going to go to sleep? It's like, why are you going to come to my house if I'm going to smack you? Would you come to my house if I smack you?
Yeah, you're like afraid
door?
of sleeping.
Yes.
Because you know you might die.
Well, would you come to my house if every time
That's
I open the door, I smack you in the face?
I would, just because I feel like you do it out of love.
Why would you keep coming over? So that's what it gets to the point of. Like, you're like, why am I going to go to sleep?
Right. It's almost like
you'll fall asleep on a chair, and it's an hour and a half, and all of a sudden your body starts accepting that. It's fucking...
That's brutal.
It's a fucking nightmare.
That's brutal. It's so crazy how we adapt, and almost the adapting is a thing that can be detrimental.
And I'm very lucky because I would take those 6 or 7 or 8 Tylenol PMs, and I wouldn't sleep, and I would start smoking cigarettes.
Oh, fuck.
2 or 3 packs a day at night, and then I would nod with the cigarettes. And
you could have blown yourself up.
I was like a junkie. That carpet looked like I had to buy a new carpet.
Like Ray Liotta's face?
Yeah.
It was all pockmarked from cigarette burns.
I had to buy a new carpet for that fucking apartment.
How many people do you think have lived a life like you? What percentage?
A lot.
You think so?
A lot. The people who didn't. Listen, man, I grew up without a mom.
In that era.
So I didn't give a fuck. It's not like I had a reason to live. You know, when you're just out there in the world alone, you in the back of your mind are like, I'm alone. I'm going to take chances other people wouldn't be able to take.
Do you find you have fans who come up to you after shows or message you who have lived a similar life and you've sort of helped them through stuff?
Everybody's lived. Like, not everybody, but you should watch, like I call it, Uncut Gems. Did you watch it?
One of
was my
Sandler's
life.
greatest, I think.
That was one of my life for years. That was borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. That's a heavy stress life.
Was that close to reality?
Yeah, that's a fucking way to live.
Always on the scam.
I sold a membership to the mob for $2,000.
Are they taking new
and I made the
enrollees?
I made the guy fill an application.
That needs to be the beginning of your movie.
And for years, I would see him, and he'd go, "They never called me." And I go, "They're gonna call you any day. They're gonna call you." You know,
a membership to the mob. How was that not a fucking show?
It was just something that. It was if you're gonna at that point in my life, it was if you're gonna be this stupid, I'm gonna rob you.
And that was like your motto.
General, that was my.
Was that how you survived?
That was how I survived. If you're gonna be this stupid, I gotta rob you. If I'm gonna come over to your house, if Jessimae brings me to Lee to buy an ounce of coke from Lee,
you're gonna rob him. And
Lee, and I know Lee's, his schedule. He leaves the coke out, or this is where he stashes it. This is going down.
Yeah.
Like, if you're that stupid, I'm gonna fucking rob you.
And do you think that all goes back to like growing up without a mom, like not having that?
It all goes
maternal
back to
love.
It all goes back to when you are raised Catholic and you really, really, really believe in God, which I still do. I wouldn't be here if he didn't.
If there wasn't a higher power.
And the only thing in the world you have is your mother, and then the lights go out when you're 16. There was no therapy in those days.
Right. It was shameful to take care of yourself.
So no, it wasn't that I had to take care of myself. I chose. I could have lived in Florida with family or in California with my uncle. I just chose, for the first time in my life, I had been accepted into this neighborhood. I worked hard to get accepted into this fucking neighborhood. Now I got to pick up and leave? Fuck it. So I stayed in that town, and what happened to me mentally was I felt that my belief in God, what God takes away a mother?
Right.
What God takes away a mother? And what's funny was, Jessimae, I met this girl in the 8th grade that was fucking hot. I like Irish chicks. She had like strawberry blonde hair.
Fair skin, freckles.
She was just good looking. I always felt bad about this. I dated her for a few months. Very 8th grade, Jessimae.
Innocent.
She went to we played for St. Michael's CYO. She went to Holy Rosary Academy. Right there, that was a sign I wasn't going to try anything for 90 days. Okay?
90 days?
Yeah.
The sacrament.
Like 90 days, nothing until something happens and I suck your tit. Because it always happens with sucking your tit first.
Yeah. It's like the admission. That's the admission to the pussy part.
For Catholics.
Yeah.
For the girls I liked, the Irish girls and the Italian girls.
Right.
It was,
a little faster.
It was
the Italian girls.
It was, 6 or 7 dates and you got a little tit.
Wow.
And then you tried for the pussy for another month and a half, and then one night they let you touch it.
Just a pet.
And then
pet it.
Then they cry a little bit.
It's a petting zoo.
I can't believe whether you touch my pussy. I feel so dirty.
I'm so gross.
What's God going to think? God don't
I'm a
give
dirty
a fuck.
whore.
God wants you to be a whore. Knock it off, all right? And then
God wants you to be a whore.
Yeah, he said it in the Bible.
Those are great soundbites.
What do you think Mary Magdalene's there? You're the new Mary. Don't worry about nothing. And then you finger them, and that's another 3-month process.
3 months to get to fingering.
Although you finger them, and then to leave it in there with nobody looking, and then you have to make them come with the finger. And once you make them come with the finger, now they're in.
Now you're there, God.
Now you're there.
They're like, hi, can we get more of that?
Yeah, now they like that. Now you can work them and stuff, and then it takes another 3 months to take them back to your house. And it's just a process. It was just a fucking.
Oh, these girls have restraint. It took me like a cheese dog and a high five, and I was
but it was also me too. My mom had raised me a certain way.
You were a good boy.
It was also me too. I was horny as fuck. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I was a good boy. I was horny.
Well,
as
being
fuck.
horny doesn't make you bad.
I just told a Me Too story on the Rogan podcast about me being 15 in love with Faye a MILF from the neighborhood.
She Me Too'd you?
No, I was going to Me Too her. I fucking did angel dust and got some flowers that my mother had in the house, and I waited in the bushes for her to come out. And I was going to tackle her with the flowers and fucking suck a pussy. I had never sucked a pussy before. I had sucked titties before, but I was going to fucking just rape her or do something to her. I didn't know. I didn't know.
You're just going to dive bomb and suck a pussy? You're going to suck a pussy out of the blue?
You know, like in those days. Like
just an ambush her puss?
Because she was hot. She was like 37. And I knew both her daughters. But her husband was like 60. And he knew, he paid the bill.
60?
Yeah, it was one of those.
That's a girl after my own heart.
Right.
Gotta get the old fuckers.
She was bang.
I bet she was.
Faye was beautiful.
That's a name of a pretty woman. Faye, one syllable. That's a woman who knows how to put on eyeliner.
That was sticking up.
Yeah, perky tits.
She wore hot pants, and she used to wear what's called a halter top.
Oh, yeah.
Which was from the 70s to make it
look like full milk jugs.
And we would play basketball. She had two dogs that were blind, two French poodles.
Oh, and she had a heart?
So she would walk them across the street and then put them down.
Oh, she liked collecting broken things.
And as soon as we'd see her, we'd let the ball go down the hill, so we'd have to go down and get it. So we could just look at Faye. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Did you ever get a sniff? Did you ever smell her?
No. All of us would go, fuck, one of these days I want to fuck Faye. Like, Faye was like the fucking prize of the neighborhood. And she had two hot daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like, when your mother is hotter than the daughters.
Yeah, there's something in the water.
I still see one of the daughters on Facebook. Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. So I'd start talking to Faye. You couldn't talk to Faye because the husband was always in the balcony in the daytime.
Wait, didn't this fucker work? Oh, no, he was retired. He was old.
He was old. He was covering the bills. She was sucking his dick. One of those type of relationships.
Right.
So we would play basketball at night, and we'd notice that when she come down at night, he was already sleeping at 10. So I was like,
she'd make a little night walk, kitty cat, go out in the alley while the lion was asleep.
No, she'd take the dogs out. She'd always take the dogs out.
The blind ones.
10, to piss. So we'd be out there playing basketball, and she'd come out with her flip-flops, with her little tight Daisy Dukes. This is way before Daisy was even born. She already was wearing Daisy Dukes, cut up to the cheeks.
Got a lip hanging out.
Bad.
Just a labia waving at you.
We would just be sitting there like in awe. Like, she was like God. We were just... So finally, I started talking to her, and I was flirting with her. Faye, you look beautiful today. Thank you, sweetheart. The whole...
How old were you?
14.
Oh, my God, the balls.
And her husband would look at me dirty because he knew I was in love with Faye. And finally, one night, I was with my buddies. We got down. We were drinking and shit. We got some angel dust, some crystal THC.
Fuck.
And we listened to Led Zeppelin, too. It was 4 of us, and we each did, me, Carlos, Michael Speciale, maybe Dominic Speciale. We all did a different instrument, and we listened to Led Zeppelin 2 from cover to cover, and then they were going to like a popular party. And they're like, are you coming to the party? I'm like, I can't. I got homework. And they're like, homework? You just did angel dust. I'm like, don't worry about it. I had plans. I was going to take Faye down.
From behind the bush.
From behind the bush.
You're going to get her bush from behind the bush.
She lived right on Liberty Avenue. She was going to cross the street, go across the street into the park. There's no lights in the park. And I was just going to run up on her, tackle her, give her the flowers.
Oh, shit.
And then tell her how much I loved her. And then hopefully we were going to make out like in the movies. It was going to be like John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John in Grease, right?
It could have worked out.
I really believe this. This is why I do not like the whole thing of you coming back at me with something I did when I was 20.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hold up. It's in a different era.
Did you read the Ray Don Chong thing?
No.
When you read the Ray Don Chong thing, if anybody gets a chance, do me a favor and read this. I'm trying to get her publicist to send the flowers and a gift certificate and a letter of thank you
to
for
Ray
being
Don Chong?
An honest woman. Ray Don Chong, look up Ray Don Chong.
About Weinstein?
No, about fucking Mick Jagger.
Whoa.
That when she was 15, she fucked Mick Jagger, and it was not a Me Too moment.
Whoa.
She goes, we knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into. Mm-hmm. So she goes, it's not that I'm trying to attack Mick Jagger, nothing like that. She goes, there's
a spectrum to the situation.
That's why Mick put her in the video in 1984. The one song he did from his solo album or the movie. they did a movie together or something like that. But she fucking came out the other day and said, listen, on a podcast, on the Hollywood Reporter podcast, she came out and fucking said, here's the deal.
That woman?
Ray Don Chong was hot when that woman right there.
So she said she knew what she was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Why did this article come out? Did somebody
She did a fucking interview. No. She didn't. This is what a woman is about.
Yeah.
I fucking read this thing. Okay. Ray Don, Rolling Stone frontman, 19 when she was 15 and he was 33. Admission came to interview. Accidentally blurted that she had sex with Rock when she was 15. Chong later clarified the interview, making sure the relationship was consensual and that Jagger did not know her age at the time. He never asked me how old I was. I never told him. It never came up. I remember thinking he was cute. He tousled my hair, and I thought, man, he's fucking beautiful. He did nothing wrong. He didn't make me do anything I didn't want to do. Chong noted, fully aware that her revelation may cause controversy. It was the 70s. It was a different era. I wasn't the victim. I don't want to get into trouble about this. It wasn't traumatizing. I knew what I was doing.
Whoa.
I wasn't an innocent schoolgirl. And I always acted a lot older than I was.
Yep.
I was grown up at 15. Describing herself as a Lolita, Chong recalled the sexual trials of the positive experience. He had great lips. According to Chong, the two had a relationship on two different occasions. First after she attended a Rolling Stones recording sessions, and later after watching Fleetwood Mac with fucking Jagger. It did not traumatize me. It wasn't a Me Too moment. It was something that empowered me. Chong explained that I knew the power to pick and choose whatever I wanted, and I had every experience. Mick was part of that. I fucking almost fell off. Look, I want to cry. Because finally a woman says, this is what went down.
Yep.
I thought about Sin, how he got tortured a couple weeks ago.
Who?
As a rocker. A guy that came on the podcast that was referred to me, and people were mad that I put him on the podcast. I did not know about the allegations of him having sex with a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old or whatever. I don't, But I do know one thing, that one night I was watching Fucko on Letterman. Like when I read the Sin interview.
Who's the Fucko?
Hilton. Paris Hilton was on Letterman
Paris Hilton.
night. When she was getting in trouble and shit.
What's she getting in trouble for?
Years ago.
Okay.
15 years ago, she was always in the news for something.
Right.
She was a party girl. And
flashing a cooch
David
or something.
Letterman asked her. He goes,
I remember this.
When did this start with you? And she goes, well, I was 14. He goes, 14? She goes, yeah. My parents thought I was in bed and I'd sneak out and go to fucking,
parties,
clubs all over
She's
the
a
city.
socialite.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jessimae, and tell me the truth.
I'll tell you the
I just
truth.
want you to feel.
I won't lie in the church.
When you were 16, if you snuck out of your house, was it to be with a 16-year-old kid?
Fuck no.
Okay, then.
It never was.
This is why when I
16-year-old
read
kids couldn't
that,
find the clit.
when I read all this shit, I was like, I still remember years ago, in 93, my buddy gave me a job working a door. And it was well known that there was like these 20 girls that were like, the drinking age was 21.
Yeah, they're all young, wanting to be older.
They knew what they were doing.
Right.
Let them in. And this is, when I read that Ray Don Chong thing, I was so happy that finally a woman said, what are you fucking kidding
It's not
me?
all Me Too moments.
It was empowering.
Yeah.
That's a fucking weird thing for a woman to say. But look what she said. She goes, I had control. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I didn't want. And reading that kind of made me happy. And I don't know how we got on that subject, but when you lose your mother and everything, you want to take a shit on the world.
Yeah, of course.
So from 1980 to 1987, my life was to revenge.
Right. Were you filled with anger?
If I saw a pigeon in the middle of the street I was driving, I'd run the motherfucker over.
So Why
would you do something like that?
You're missing love.
I did the things that I never kicked a dog or an animal, nothing like that.
Just a pigeon.
But I did things that, pigeon.
Rats of the skies. That's what they call them. Sky rats in New York City.
You just feel this fucking hate for society.
Yeah.
I wanted the world to feel what I felt.
Of course.
So I would try to go out of my way to make your world shitty.
Yeah. Well, what's your mom's name?
Denora. But what I did was, when I was in that waiting cell, after I got sentenced for the kidnapping,
The first time you were in?
the only time I was really in, when I got sentenced, that's where I made my peace with myself. Before, you were talking about the cosmic revelation, the karma revelation.
Yep.
I made peace with myself that night. That night, about everything. I didn't go to jail for the kidnapping. Well, I was involved with two pieces of shit. I'm friends with one of them today. Excuse me, I love him dearly. We just spoke the
Didn't
other day.
he come to a show like last year?
Yeah, he came to a show.
You
I
reunited
love
with
him
him?
dearly.
Yeah.
But we were three pieces of shit. If this was any other city, they would have said, go fuck yourselves. All three of you losers. But Colorado felt they had to press charges. And I don't blame them. I'm happy they did. I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
I'm not whining. But that was who would do something like that? Somebody who was angry, who didn't. And at that time, I had no reason to be angry. I had a piece of ass. I had a job. I had an apartment. I was living. It was the earlier years.
Those formative years stick with you.
The anger I had was till like I was 26, 27. I was pissed at kids that had parents that were taking, that was the first weapon I would use. Well, fuck you, Lee. You got fucking parents.
Yeah, you went through that loss.
So it was kind of, I learned how to re-fall in love with all that. It wasn't that I was a bad person.
I wouldn't think that at all.
I just wanted to fucking take a shit on the fucking world.
And I think a lot of people can relate with that. A lot of people are just looked at as bad people, but everyone has a source of their trauma. There's a certain group of people who don't, but there's some people who just missed love and experienced loss like you did as a child without having that mother, figure.
Unless you really walked it, it's very hard to judge somebody by something they did. For me, it could be 3 years, it could be 20 years. I know the path the guy's walking on. I've seen people, I'm going to tell you one name. That when I met him, he was a fucking punk. And today,
you flipping me off?
He's one of my best friends. But the respect I have for him as a man is unparalleled. I respect him more than 90% of the people out there. His name is Sam Tripoli.
I love Sam.
Okay? That's a guy right there.
He's a solid dude.
I could tell you 20 things Sam did 20 years ago at that store that I wanted to choke him. He's
another one who's been through some shit.
He's been through some shit that nobody knows about. But at the same time, I will tell you that I've seen Sam grow up to become a fucking man, a superior comedian,
a loving
friend. Like I'm tight with Sam.
Yeah.
I call him once a week. I check in with him. It's you see people and you forgive all that shit.
Yeah,
goes away. It doesn't even matter.
All of that doesn't matter.
That shit didn't even matter to me. I don't even give a fuck because I've seen him grow since then. You're allowed to make a fucking mistake in my world. This shit that comes out now. 12 years ago, he choked me at a party. Did he stick his finger in your asshole? No. Then go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? If he stuck his finger in your pussy,
then we got something to talk about.
Yeah. If he made you sniff his asshole, then we're talking.
That's rude.
That's fucking rude. At least you got a sense of humor. We could talk about this.
I don't judge anyone. I love hearing people's story, and nothing shakes me off my axis. I've been humbled by life, and I know people come from something. I'm intrigued by people's stories, and the fact that you've come out on this other side,
I don't give a fuck.
And you honestly look. I don't know what you think, Lee, if you're still with us, but I think I haven't seen him look better.
You can see it in pictures.
Yeah,
that's especially from years ago and now.
You should put one of them apnea machines on your asshole, see if it doubles down your.
No, this. It's not. It's how I'm looking at things. Mm-hmm. It's how I'm reacting to things.
Yeah.
You get older and you get smarter, a little wiser.
You said something about pacing.
And you
start to pace yourself.
You tried. I pulled Chris D'Elia over last night, and because Chris D'Elia is 2 weeks from having a baby, and
really,
yeah, I think it's.
Is that public news?
I think.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy
Wow.
how I explained to him that, I go, because he was telling me about 6 months ago, we had a conversation in the kitchen at the store. And he goes, I go, where the fuck you been? And he said, the fucking road. It's just, and he said a couple other things to me. And I go, I get it. I've been there. I get it. And then when I found out the news, I saw him about a week ago, and I asked him when it was due, and he told me it's due on my birthday, February 19th or the 20th or something. So
That's an expensive birthday present. That's the most expensive birthday present ever.
No, on my birthday.
Oh, okay, I thought it was on his.
No,
I was like, whoo.
So last night I pulled him aside and I go, you're going to see when you have a child, or I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was age, mercy, family, how I looked at things.
Combination.
I can't pick one thing, but I start to see where you look at your time being valuable.
Oh, yes.
I'm not
Good point.
talking to you from an egotistical point of view. I'm just talking about what's most important to you, being at the house with your daughter or flying to the Super Bowl with your fucking jerk-off friends.
Where's your energy being expelled?
Where's your energy being expelled?
Yep.
And that's where
huge.
That's where I think I'm doing really well at. That I like having a good time. I understand you're getting married in Syracuse, but I fly for a living, bitch.
Yeah.
I know you from L.A. Get married at the VFW.
Right, I'm not getting on a
And let's have
goddamn
the
flight.
party in El Compadre.
Good luck, I'll send a package.
Like you have to learn your limitations,
Yes.
especially now. I have to go to New York next month and shoot a film, So I know I got to get plenty of reps in. Like my set I'm doing 2 sets on the 20th. I know those are my last because I got to focus on this film until the 18th or whatever the fuck it is. You just learn different things. There's nothing better than being a comic and going home at night and knowing you have nowhere to go in the morning.
Yeah.
What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah. Especially after you did the
What
set.
is your problem? The fuck is your problem? It's 11 o'clock. I just popped 200 milligrams just to get started.
Yeah. Just to ease into the night.
Just to ease in.
I'm just getting
I'm
started.
popping another one in about an hour. I'm not seeing fucking the bed till 3:30, 4.
Yeah.
You know
I'll be
what I'm
talking
saying?
to dead relatives at 4 a.m.
But after I read that book,
The sleep book?
I realized that as fucking corny as it sounds.
It does sound corny, but it's
Corny
so
ass.
vital.
Like, Joey, really? This is what you're telling me?
Yes.
You have to look at yourself and go, this is the time I'm going to bed every night from
Yep.
now on.
And consistency is key with sleep.
12:30.
Yep. Me
12:30.
too. Around there.
12:30. For a while there, I would go home, unwind, and watch Sons of Anarchy from 11 to 11:45. And at 11:45, I would turn it off and go to bed.
Yep.
Now Sons of Anarchy ain't on. It fucked up my night. But what I was also doing
You got to watch The Outsider on
I was
HBO.
also taping it and then starting to write at 10 and then writing till 12 and then watching Sons of Anarchy till 1.
Oh, that would make my mind too engaged.
So I had to pick one or the other. So once I read that book, I picked the time. No more. There's only one night I have gratis, and that's Friday night on the road. That's my night.
I think it's good to have a good night.
That's my night.
That's your shit.
I don't have to get up on Saturday.
Right.
All I got to do is make breakfast at the hotel.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So breakfast starts at 6 and it runs to 10.
Which is, if you're lucky,
I don't have
these
to.
places shut it down at 9.
Yeah, I don't have to leave.
Fuck.
If I have to leave the hotel, it means I got to take a shower and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, like not leaving.
If I'm in the hotel, all I have to do is put some monkey grease in my hair, brush my teeth, take my blood pressure medication.
Go
Put on
downstairs.
some sandals. I don't have to wash my pussy. I go downstairs.
Go down with the dirty monkey.
I go down with a dirty monkey. I roll a joint.
Yes, you do, because you're a fucking gentleman.
On Saturday morning, I already have a coffee in the room prepared. So when I get up, I hit it.
I usually do that too. I set up my coffee. I put all my things out.
I see who called. I check in with the wife and the kid. The coffee's made. I'm still half retarded.
Yeah.
You're still a little
You're still
butts,
waking up.
right? You drink the coffee. Now You brush your teeth. You take your medication. You roll a joint. I bring my jacket down. I bring my glasses down in case there's a newspaper. And I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I go down. You fucking eat your breakfast. Mm-hmm. You talk to the waitress a little while. You talk about how good the potatoes were.
Yeah.
And then you get up. You get another cup of coffee.
Yes, you do.
You go outside for a little stroll.
A little so.
And you smoke that fucking monster of death. And then you go back into your room and you throw on fucking Narcos.
Yeah, some bullshit on Lifetime.
From like 10 to 11. And
yes.
then 11 o'clock in the morning, you look at the clock and you're like, fuck it. I ain't waking up till lunchtime. And you take that little 3-hour siesta.
That's vital. That's sweet.
Then you get up, you wash your pussy. And you take
with oils, fancy oils.
Ooh, no, it's a quick wash in the pussy.
Is it just a river wash?
It's a quick pussy wash, just a quick shower.
Yeah.
I don't shave on that one.
No.
I won't shave on that one.
Yeah.
It's just to take a shower.
This is a quick one.
Out of the house to go to that local restaurant. That's
hell
really
yeah.
good
The one that you're like, oh, this is the one the lady told me about when I checked in.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Or something.
They're known for like
something that's known in the community.
Yes.
That I don't want to go.
No chains.
Yeah, no chains.
I do the same thing.
No chains.
I learned that from Chris Frangiola. You got to find the good local spot.
You got to find the good local spot. You go to that local spot. You're back in your room by 3. The show don't start till 7.
Good.
You got 2 options. You got option number 1, which is a nap for an hour, and then you got option number 2, which is go to the gym. Maybe do the elliptical for 20, throw some weights around for 20.
I do that.
And then go back upstairs, roll another one. Or if you go to the gym, if you take option number 2, you earned option number 2.
Yes, you
which
did.
Which is another joint to roll. So after you work out, you drink the water, you go to the lobby, you get a little protein shake, and you go around the corner, you hit that fucking number. If you work out at 3 and you get back by 10 to 4,
right.
4:10.
Get a nice hour.
Oh, you get an hour nap in.
And then you feel like a new fucking person.
Oh, my God.
You go to those shows like, who's ready, motherfuckers?
Oh, my God. Then you wake up and you get another coffee.
Yes.
And now you're rocking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now
that's
you're
the key.
Rocking. If you're lucky, you bang one out, a good one.
Yeah, quick little jerk.
Get a little dizzy and shit.
Little jerky boy. A little day dizzy.
Oh, yeah.
How many shits are you taking during the day? 3 coffees.
What do you
4.
Are you taking a lot of shits?
I take the shit when I come back from breakfast.
Okay.
Because I always eat a cup of oatmeal when I'm on the road on the buffet.
Yeah, you got to get oatmeal to keep your heart healthy.
So I get 2 eggs sunny side up, 1 piece of wheat toast, 2 pieces of bacon, light in the butter, and I hit a cup of oatmeal to push it all out. With those 2 coffees, by the time I get upstairs, my asshole's ready to spit. He's a fucking government witness. He ain't stopping. It's 3 lumps to come out. But it's really funny because my asshole always holds back.
Is it shy?
Yes.
You got a shy
It only
shithole?
releases the stuff that it needs to release. It holds on to the stinky stuff.
Does it have like a reserve shit tank?
I don't know what it is.
It's like you.
So my asshole, I take a shit Friday, but it's a small one.
Like a little deer pellet?
Torpedo, like a little midget dick.
Right.
And
little
then
woodland
Saturday
creature
is
shit.
a midget dick. And then, as soon as I land at LAX,
your body knows it's safe?
My body knows that we're on the way home. So now I grab an Uber and I give him a 20 right off the bat. I don't even wait for the app to come up. And I go get home because you're going to start smelling some weird.
We're going to hotbox this fucking
that
Prius.
Means the 405. No, I don't take the Prius. I take a special. By the time I get to fucking Laurel Canyon, he's making a left. I could feel.
Is your asshole like
that first brown cloud come out?
Yeah, you're turtle headed at that point.
I don't say a word. He's in the front seat talking Arabic to one of his friends. Do
you roll down the window at least?
You ever get those guys
yes,
that
on the phone? Yeah, they're calling back home.
Yeah, so I just drop a couple farts. They don't know.
They know.
It takes them back to the cave. So then they fucking I make them go.
The cave.
I make him go past Lee's house on Laurel Canyon, and I make him make a right on Popeye's Chicken there. And by the time I hit Popeye's Chicken, I could feel the tip of the shit.
Yeah, turtle.
Just hitting my asshole.
Yep.
We get out, he pops. I tell him thank you. I pretty much open up the door, roll my luggage to the living room, take my computer into the office, and I go right to the back office. I got the bong ready. All I got to do is fill up. So I'll sit there, I'll open up my ass, and I'll let the first grenade come out.
Right, nice and easy.
It was like a 16-incher.
Yep.
It comes out smooth. The other one's sideways. It's like the way Lee was born.
Yeah.
Sideways.
It's a little crooked.
By that time, that gives me a little time to wipe my ass, fill up the bong, get the weed in the drawer.
In the bathroom, you do a post-shit bong rip?
Listen to me. I open up the door so nobody, because I have my own bathroom in the back of the house behind my back office. And right there, I take those last 2 bong hits. And that last one, when you cough, the piece of shit flies out of your ass.
The one that was hidden.
Like an illegal immigrant. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker runs out like if you smuggle an immigrant on a train and let him out in California and just open him and tell him, corre, watch that Mexican run, dog. It's like Mi Familia. He'll just start running. After that second bong hit, when I cough and that piece of shit just flies out and that water splashes, whew, I'm home. And sometimes I look
now
at
you
it,
breathe. You're like,
if it's over 20, 26 inches, I send a picture to Tom Segura. Just out of respect.
He saves them. I get them at 7 in the morning sometimes.
no. From him or Tom Segura?
No, from him.
You send him to Lee?
Why do you wipe your ass in between?
You got to keep it fresh.
You gotta keep it fresh. What are you gonna keep that?
It's rude to your shit to make it come out like that.
Now, if your cheeks get back together by mistake, now you have shit crossing.
Yeah, you don't want
It's
anything
like
in the way.
Palestine and Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want a religious genocide on your ass.
Religious genocide on your ass.
No.
idea.
How the fuck did we get to this subject? What's wrong with us? Why can't we be normal people?
We were talking about your mother passing away.
Who gives a fuck? That was 40 years ago. That bitch is fucking dead and buried.
We were talking about
The ants-
overcoming adversity.
The ants even ate the fucking dress by now. Who
We were
gives
talking
a
about
fuck?
learning how to be on the road and being healthy.
What's that?
We were talking about being on the road and being healthy, yeah.
Where are you this weekend?
At Laugh Boston, February 6th through the 8th or 9th, and then I'm at Asheville, North Carolina at the Funkatorium for Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Just one night?
One night, 2 shows. Yeah, we're doing a special event for all you lovers out there.
You got a Valentine this year?
I do.
How long you been with this guy?
A few years.
3 years?
Yeah.
He was long distance for a
Long
while.
distance for over 2 years.
Jesus.
That's a good way to do it, though. You get to sort of just
Smooth
pace
out.
it.
Yeah, it was good for you.
take your time. I mean, you don't, get fingered as often as you want to, but at least you look forward to it. It's nice to have something to look forward to and to miss.
Now you're living together?
Kind of. We're still taking our time.
Good for you.
Yeah, we're just taking our time, Why rush into it? Let's enjoy each other. I don't want to hate each other right away. I don't want us to be annoyed by each other too soon. So I'm like, I'm a lot. Why don't we just, take this intervally?
You busy?
Yes. Yeah. I'm on the road every weekend in February.
Really?
Yeah. But that's good though. I'm kind of complaining, but not, you know how it is.
You got the podcast.
Yeah. Sharp Tongue
You
Podcast.
still got great videos on
Yep.
fucking Twitter. You make me laugh. You see, I retweet your shit.
I know. I appreciate
If the shit's
it.
funny, it's funny. If you
I appreciate it.
I love the sex stuff because you would always show your foot.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
Your feet are always very beautiful.
I have nice feet. They're all cut up right now, but they're nice.
You always take care of your toes.
And my butt. I always take care of my toes, and I always post pictures of my ass.
I never
But it's a
see
thirst
those.
trap. You miss them.
I don't want to see your ass.
I like
But
the
it's not
one,
my butthole. It's just my butt cheeks.
There's one where you're
ass for
dancing in the
alts.
shower with a dog,
Yeah.
a dog mask.
Yeah, I
on.
put the masks on.
That was funny.
And it's a thirst trap. I put information about Alzheimer's underneath it, and it's a hashtag ass for alts. So you can just click on it, and then you can see all those posts and then find information and places to follow to get some help.
You're a good lady.
Thank
I'm happy
you.
You took the time to come up and see Uncle Joey tonight.
Anytime.
It was great seeing you at the store.
Yeah.
I posted the picture up. People
Yep.
kept asking, who's that hot blonde in the corner?
Tucked in the corner. I was talking to the weed dude. I was talking to my guys, getting the stash.
That night I came home, my head almost exploded. It really did. That was one of the... Like last night was a fucking... I did good in the main room, but I ate a bag of dicks in the original room.
You're like one of a handful of comics who are honest about their
Why not?
sets.
The people were there. They judged it. They saw it,
Yeah.
So...
It's just a nice quality.
Last night, I came home feeling okay. Last Tuesday, I came home feeling like I just left Studio 54.
Yeah.
I had a box of edibles.
Oh,
I was fucking stoned.
yeah.
I had to eat like 15 wings. Listen, when you eat a Comedy Store wing, you know you're hungry. Some
Oh, yeah,
of them
you are.
Skinny, but they got the best steak fries in the fucking world.
I've never
If
really
the
eaten there.
Last night, they were making Dungeness crab.
What the fuck?
Pookie
Ooh.
was making Dungeness crab. People eating Dungeness crab, the The staff
At the
was.
comedy store?
Yeah, they made
Fancy
crab last
shit.
night. But every night I steal 3 of those steak fries.
I'm going to
I
bump
go
up my
home and
rate if they're eating
I
crab.
go home and I gotta fucking put it on my Weight Watcher thing. 3 fucking frozen steak.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you keep tabs.
Last Tuesday I got so high at that store. I'm telling you, I couldn't leave.
I was standing right next to you.
Oh, we were eating the wings?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't stop. We would talk and I kept eating fucking wings. Like, this is my last wing. I'm gonna take 20 fucking wings. I went home, I put 20 wings in the hot fucking in the Weight Watchers app. And almost blew it up. I'm like, I'm done for the fucking week.
I love that you actually tacked in the wing.
You have to. I couldn't even go for fucking pizza, Joe's Pizza.
Oh.
I couldn't do my traditional. Last night I had the points left. But I didn't go to Joe's Pizza because my wife made meatloaf and it was fucking delicious.
Oh.
So I'd rather save the 8 points for the meatloaf.
Yeah, you got to pick and choose where you're putting those points.
And I went home and I had the meatloaf and it was a lot better for me.
How many points is 20 wings? That's got to be a lot of points.
It was a lot of points. But they weren't, the thing that saved you weren't the ones in Frank's butter. And
Right.
that's what saved me.
Right.
They were the ones in Frank, forget it. That's the fucking app.
You got to
just
add
goes
the
black.
calories.
Yeah, the app just goes black.
The app shuts down.
The app just shuts down for a week and says, get your life together. 20 fucking wings, you fat fuck.
I can't imagine a hot wing
Remember,
dump.
it's 2 points. It's 5 points for 2 tablespoons.
Table tubes.
2 tablespoons of blue cheese dressing.
Holy fuck.
It's 5
I
points.
love blue cheese.
That's why I gotta get blue cheese dressing. When I make a salad, I just use 2 tablespoons. But I mix that motherfucker with a lot of pepper and make it
Try
stick
and
on
make
there.
it spread out a little bit. Get some legs on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and the chunks
Stretch it
kill
out.
you.
The chunks, man. So much flavor. You got to
The
smush
chunks,
them out.
yeah. I like when you add extra chunks.
Yeah.
It sticks to the blue cheese.
Wings. I love wings.
I love wings.
And they're so good.
It's just, they're fucking deadly.
They are so deadly. It's a
can't eat
junk
them no
food.
more.
It's a pure junk food.
If we had time, I'd go right now and get wings with Lee over there. They got a picture of Lee over there. Lee was the wing eater of the month for 2 months.
How many wings did you eat, Lee?
No, I eat a lot, but no, he's talking about what is it? Big wings.
Big wings.
I know they have small wings. I don't like that. But I could eat a lot of wings. I love buffalo wings. Like that's there's a lot of emotion with me with food. Like I love football. Like when I first moved to LA, every Sunday it'd be pizza and wings, and I just sit there.
But tell them where you get the pizza.
Yeah, where you get? I feel like it's hard to
that's
find good pizza in this
Domino's.
town.
No.
Domino's, Lee.
The wings at Domino's suck. The wings at Domino's are tiny. There's some local places that are okay here, but none of them are great.
Domino's?
Not for wings.
That's not pizza.
He ate it, though.
You've eaten Domino's too.
No.
Actually, no, I take that back. There's been a bunch of nights on the road where I'm like, let me get
Yeah,
some
there's only
Domino's.
99,000 around the country.
One out of the last fucking 20 years, I told Lee this story. I went back to a hotel room one night. I could not take it. Like Law and Order was coming on.
Yeah.
Narcos. I had a bunch of shit. And I'm down to a protein bar. I go
Starving.
downstairs and they get like fucking
The Stouffer's
Doritos.
meals.
Yeah, I'm not
The
eating
bullshit that they have in their
I go,
marketplace.
do you have any pizza? And he goes, whatever, one of the chains, Domino's.
There's Little Caesars.
No, it's Domino's.
Yeah.
I go, let me get thin, crispy. They're like, you got to go on the computer. So I ain't got time for the computer. I'll give you an extra 20. Get it here in fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes later, hey, kid knocks on my door. 2 gallons of soda. I didn't ask for 2 gallons. It was part of the deal. I said, just bring me whatever you got. He brought me the pizza. I bit into it. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever eaten. I ate 2 slices because there weren't even slices. It was cut into squares.
Yeah.
Well, you got thin crust.
So I ate like 4 slices. Dog, do you know I went and I walked all the way in the hallway and I stuffed it into the garbage.
It's so bad.
I swear to my daughters, 2 hours later, I was in that hallway in that garbage taking the pizza out of the fucking garbage. That's how much of a disgusting motherfucker I am. And we'll leave you at that, you filthy animals. Don't forget, Valentine's weekend. I'm over at the Tempe Improv. Thursday the 13th, Friday and Saturday. The party starts Thursday night. We got fucking everything. Stars, they're making a comeback. John Lennon's going to be there. The Beatles are going to be there. Bruce, everybody. Thursday night, Thursday, 8 o'clock, fucking Tempe Improv. Then the 28th of February, I'm at Treasure Island in Viva Las Vegas. You are going to be in
Boston this
Boston
weekend.
this week at Laugh Boston.
Laugh Boston this weekend. Asheville, North Carolina at the Funkatorium. And then Dr. Grin's the last weekend of February.
Good for you. That's a good fucking club.
It is fun. It is a lot of fun.
That's a good fucking club.
It is a good club.
I like Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's they're good people. Hardworking people, and they love comedy.
Listen, I've gone from Ishpeming all the way to fucking Mishawaka. Ishpeming.
What'd you call me?
Ishpeming is all the way up on top. It's where penguins go to migrate. And Mishawaka is a neighborhood where Notre Dame is.
Yeah.
It's southern Indiana, northern Indiana, I guess southern Michigan. I developed in Michigan.
They're good people.
You can't
Great
tell
comedy
me no
audiences.
Great comedy
Yep,
audiences.
they really are.
Dr. Grins. I remember when there was 2 Dr. Grins.
Really?
There was 2 clubs in Grand Rapids. The Yoder brothers had 2 clubs in Grand Rapids. They had Dr. Grins, and they had another one, but fuck it. That was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck it.
I want to tell you guys a little story about something real quick before you go fucking anywhere, all right? There was this guy, Cafe Alturas, CEO Dylan Moskowitz. He experienced how challenging hiring could be, and after unsuccessfully searching for director of coffee for his organic coffee company, but then something happened. He switched to ZipRecruiter, and he saw an immediate difference. And you could too by signing up for free at ZipRecruiter.com. Listen, the church is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. I love these guys. Why? Because hiring is challenging, but there's one place you could go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart, and that's ZipRecruiter. Plain, and that's it. They don't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. And it's, what are you bothering me for? And its technology identifies people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job. That's the difference. So you get qualified candidates faster. In fact, after posting his job on ZipRecruiter, Mr. Moskowitz said he was amazed by how quickly the great candidates were applying and found his new director of coffee in just a few days. That's ZipRecruiter. Don't play games, all right? You got a company, you're looking to make money, you don't got time to play games. With ZipRecruiter, zip, you're done. With results like that, it's no wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Joy, what are you talking about? Within the first day. Joy, but within the first day. That's what you need. That's time and money. That's what Uncle Joey's saving you today. So do me a favor. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/church. Grab a pen. ZipRecruiter.com/church. That's ZipRecruiter.com/church. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. I also want to talk to you about On It, my favorite. Why? Because, listen, they got a product that if you don't like it, they'll give you your money back, and you don't have to fucking send them the product. When was the last time you bought weed, it wasn't good, they gave you the money back and let you keep the weed. That don't happen. That's how much On It believes in Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain works. It's keeping me together. It makes me forget what I had for lunch, but I remember other things. Like what Mindy Head's pussy looked like in 1984. I don't fucking know what you... That was her name, Mindy Head. She gave good head. They called her Mindy Head. What do I know what happened to her?
What did her pussy look like?
I looked for her on Facebook, but I couldn't find her on the head. So I moved on with my life. Anyway, do me a favor. Go to onit.com right now. Take a look at what they got. From the CMT, coconut, coffee cream, to the jerky, to the organic mint, chocolate, protein bars, Shroom Tech Sport. Now, because of the Chinese people, Shroom Tech Immune, fucking, I can't even go for a fucking spare rib now. I see a fucking kung fu movie, I gotta take 2 fucking Shroom Tech Immunes. Ain't that a bitch? Shroom, and I got nothing against Chinese people. You know I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. Dun 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 Gianni. Tiang tang mi se koni. That's Year of the Dragon, 1985. Anyway, go to onit.com right now, press in.
Charge.
Boom! And get 10% off your first order delivered right to your house. It's that plain and that simple. I want to thank my girl, Jessimae Peluso, one of my favorites.
Thank you.
You're getting prettier every time I see you. Most importantly, I want to thank you, Savages, for supporting us and for listening to the church. Don't forget, You bad motherfuckers. I know my man Pat Shea will be there Thursday night at the Tempe Improv. My girl from fucking, my little Indian girlfriend is coming up. I forget what her name is now. Peg is a fucking badass bitch. She's coming up. So the party's going to be at the Tempe Improv. 1 show Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. Then Treasure Island on the 28th. I think it's the 28th. Just go to Treasure Island. Come in for the weekend. What's it going to cost you to go to Vegas? Bring your girlfriend. Let's have a good time. Why fuck around? I want to thank my girl again. I want to thank the Christ Killer, who's doing phenomenal lately. He's looking all tip-top Magoo. Look at him. He looks so happy. Look at him. And I want to thank you guys for being savages. I love you motherfuckers. Have a great week. And I'll see you guys Monday morning, ready to rock. The rest of you motherfuckers, I'll see you in Tempe next week. Thank you for listening. Have a great, great week. God bless you guys.